Who's down for some watch talk? Raise your hand in the chat. Oh, wow. That's interesting. Guys, make sure to hit that upload button. I would really appreciate it. I see. Okay. Cool. Cool, guys. Boom. All right. Hey, congratulations to Raúl Pagès on winning Louis Vuitton's prize for independent creative. I wonder why they couldn't cut his face off. What's up with that? Okay. Turn up the music. Turn up the music, Timmy. This is weird. Okay. What? Maybe they don't want anybody else to see his face. But not much different than what we do here on the show either. Shout out to Goldfinger. Hey, Goldfinger. Good to see you in the chat. Oh, okay. Tim G follows it up with junk. Doesn't like the watch. Guys, let me know what you think about this piece. I want to take a step back and look at what were the contestants for this like second prize from Louis Vuitton. I'm guessing the number one prize was the collab that they did with Recepi. And then this was like a second prize for an independent watchmaker. Honestly, this is I don't even think this is the best one from that competition. So we have to see how this all turned out. Shout out to Spunky Heart. Let's see what do we got here. Punters uncloak your boosting skills by giving Timmy an upvote. Aw, by giving an upvote for Timmy. Okay, the purported trust fund baby of a sham trust. Yeah, I don't know. It's just the time. Doc's report came up with that trust fund. Uh, I don't know where the hell he got it, and and it's really disappointing to then see. I mean, I don't mind when people say it as a joke, but like when Higgins says it, everybody knows that the guy has zero sense of humor. So I mean, people don't understand. Does he know something that other people don't? Because he was part of my team. So I mean, if he says Timmy has a trust fund, people tend to believe that a lot more than when Doc's report just freaking says it. So it is weird. It is weird. No problem when people say it as a joke. I don't mind. I don't really care. But when you make an accusation like that, yo, speaking of a fellow trust fund recipient, Drew Peacock, welcome to the show. Second day in a row. Update. Where are you? Where are you at? Skittles. Feel the rainbow. Eat the rainbow. Right?
Yes, sir. What's going on, Timmy?
Drew. Not much. Not much. Just a quiet day. Right? What is this? Wednesday. What is today?
Yeah. Quiet day at the store too.
It's a hot take Wednesday today.
Hump
So
day. Hump
not
day.
much. I'm just taking it easy today. I almost kind of took a day off. I just wanted to relax a little bit. Roommate was doing taxes today. It's a
Oh, nice.
disaster. Yeah.
I hear that. I hear
Yeah.
that.
I'm gonna get killed by the taxes this year. So
Hey,
but
me
how are you
too.
doing?
I'm doing well. A slow day at the store today.
Hmm.
But the 22nd, the new spring collection will be releasing for ladies Dior. So things should be pretty busy. There's a couple exclusive events that are occurring for select clients and whatnot. But you know, things are
Hmm.
pretty exciting over here at the store. So for anybody that's in the New York tri-state area, come to Short Hills Mall and get yourself or your spouse something nice.
Short Hills Mall. I don't
Yeah,
even know where
yeah.
that is. What is that?
Pieces are limited, and once they're sold out, I mean that's it. You're gonna have
Okay,
to.
well let's let's not dox you too much because you never know who's watching, right? I'm really proud that you got a job there. We don't want any clown kind of
Oh,
calling and
oh, yeah.
causing
I
you any
guess you're right.
trouble. So,
I guess you're right. No,
oh,
but I'm excited about it.
yeah,
I'm really excited for what's coming up. I imagine that every luxury brand should be having something special for the spring season. So, you know.
yeah. Well, it's Watches and Wonders are coming, right? Let's see. Let me just pull it up here real quick. Watches and Wonders 2024 is April 13th to 15th. That's when all the new watches are going to be announced. All
Wow.
the new releases. Yeah. I'm
Wow.
actually flying to Geneva in order to live stream all the new stuff that's gonna come out.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's
I'm,
wonderful.
yeah, I'm really excited about that. Uh hopefully there's gonna be plenty of stuff for you guys to watch, you know. I listen. I'm going there for the watch community. It is a really difficult trip though, to be honest, and expensive too. I bought the tickets yesterday. It's 160 Swiss francs. So this is not. It's not cheap. It's good if you live there though.
Oh, absolutely. I've never. Geneva sounds wonderful. I should mark that in the calendar for maybe next year or something.
Yeah, Geneva's pretty cool. Uh, and there's other stuff, but uh, Drew, how about you come to Vegas with us this year? What do you think?
Vegas. All
Yeah,
right, let's do it.
Vegas, baby.
Let's do it. I don't even know when the date is, but let's do it.
Mm. It's October 25th.
Okay. All
I
right.
could probably we could probably arrange it. You could share the room with me, so we'll have fun.
Tim, we
El
always have fun.
Estrad says
We
Dior is
always
the
have fun.
table of content for luxury to last. Dior is the table of content. No, no, Dior is a pretty cool company. I really like Dior.
Oh, I
They
love
make
Dior.
Yeah, they make really cool fashion items, but for women, for
Yeah. Well, men too, but you have to go to New York City to browse the men's store. A
oh,
lot of trendy clothes, hip
mhm.
hop music videos and stuff like that. You know, for guys, but really elegant wear for women, ready to go. And the bags. Have you ever heard of the Lady Dior?
Oh yeah, it's one of the most iconic women's handbags. It's up there. I feel like the roommate was explaining to me that
Uh huh.
Dior first Dior bag, and then slightly above that is the Chanel flap, and then above that is
The Hermes Birkin.
that's right, that's right. Hermes Birkin is the king of all bags, but Dior, you know what? I kind of like the saddlebag bag.
Oh,
Fucking cool.
absolutely. The thing, there's a new strap that's out now.
Oh, it's just so ridiculously
It's so
expensive.
nice. Comes with two straps, the original and the new season strap. It's wonderful.
Check out this thing. This is like a gun holster.
I need that.
Why do you
I
need
need
this?
that.
It is fucking cool. It's too flexy though. It's so flex, you know?
A
Look at it.
Dior gun holster. That would be nice.
Yeah, I mean, these bags are really functional. The ones that are strapped to your chest, because you can
Hmm.
have like stuff like your passport, right? You can
Yeah.
have that in front of you so you don't get
Wallet.
jacked. But I mean, it's just it doesn't. This is You should be jacked just for this bag alone. Look at this, $3,400. Are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of
That's
money.
right.
That's too much money.
But I love Dior. Of
Yeah.
all, I love Louis. I
Hmm.
love my racing jacket from Louis. Like, we're talking about LVMH brands, but I have to say I'm so happy where I'm at. It's really elegant being in the store. The products are, you know, I want to get a lot of things for my mother, but and then
Well,
Kayla next. But hey, listen, I gotta head back in.
yeah.
All
Okay.
right,
Take care. Take care, Drew.
take care.
Thank you for hopping
KimWright.com,
on.
everybody.
Drew, reporting live from Dior. It's too expensive. What am I gonna? What was I supposed to tell Drew? That this is for an extraordinarily rich people. That you have to have a company in order to be buying this kind of stuff, or I don't know who is this for, right? There's musicians. Um, I don't. Maybe people really high up in some kind of corporate environment. I don't even know. Tim G, member for 15 months. Thank you so much. Thank you for 15 months. Thank Timmy for being Timmy. Aw, it's very sweet. Richie Rich, those brands are expensive items for middle class people to prove they're not poor. Oh, is that how you see it? It's for middle class people to prove that they're not. Honestly, super, super, really wealthy people who can afford this stuff, they don't wear this stuff. I almost feel like, because like look, people like roommate really like this stuff. She can't afford it, not on her salary. Right? A $3,000 bag? Are you kidding me? It's so ridiculous. But hey, let's get back here to what we were talking about before we were interrupted by Drew, and that was um independent watchmakers, Louis Vuitton prize for independent creatives. I'm honestly shocked that the winner is not let's see who was in there, because there was some really crazy competition. um I thought it would be let me see, Simone Brett. I thought it would have to be Simone Brett. um let's see who was in this competition. Raúl Pagès, there we go, that's the regulator. Andreas Stretler. Oh, I'm not even sure who that is. John Michael Flew, Simone Brett, and Peterman Badat. Oh shit, Peterman Badat. What did Peterman Badat do? Oh, for some reason there's no information on him. But Simone Brett made that watch, right? This I honestly I was gonna, if somebody asked me, "Hey, Timmy, who do you think was gonna win the second prize?" I thought it was locked with Simone Brett, but it didn't turn out this way, and I think we have to maybe even read the article to find out why. Why did they go with Raúl Pages and not Simone Brett? Mikey, thank you so much for being member for 26 months. Thanks for all you do, Tim. Upvote and become members to keep the most entertaining watch live stream on the planet rolling. Thank you, Mikey. Really appreciate that. Kyle D, the only people that should buy stuff like this is Cars, not middle class punters like Cam. Yeah, but Cars is not dumb enough to spend freaking extortion money on fashion items. Richie Rich, billionaires do wear expensive stuff, but it's understated and doesn't have logos all over it. Yeah, and that stuff is actually cheaper than a lot of this Dior, Louis Vuitton stuff. The Awesome Pawn says, I don't even know most of these watchmakers. Yeah, well, they're independent, very small, very niche watchmakers. Nobody's gonna know about these guys, but it's they were in this competition. I'm just curious, like, how did it? I did not expect to see this watch. I'm not even really that impressed. How is this more technologically or whatever better than what the Simon Brett made? Honestly, I really like Simon Brett watch more. This is very basic, if you ask me. Really basic. Let's say introduced. So what is this? What is this situation? Well, according to the article, it says introduced last year as a project, the Louis Vuitton Watchmakers Prize for Independent Creative has to be seen as one of the most interesting recent initiatives in the field of independent and high-end watchmaking. Even though backed up by the world's largest luxury conglomerate, the LV Watch Prize aims to become a biannual prize that celebrates the creative talent, savior flair, and audacity of independent watchmaking industry to support and encourage artists and entrepreneurs to accompany future generations. Following the announcement in December of the 5 finalists and the jury members, it is now time to reveal the winner of the mentorship in the name of Raúl Pagès and his RP1 regulator, the Tante watch. Okay, let's see it. Let's see who were the judges. All right, I want to know. Okay, so this is the watches that were entered into the competition. It is pretty crazy stuff. Not this clock. Andreas Schrader, John Michael Falk. I mean, it's cool. What is that? A bee or a fly? Okay, automaton. But then at the bottom, we got three solid watches. All are pretty good. Again, even this regulator, but the regulator compared to the chronometer Artisan from Simon Brett and even this chronograph Retropont from Peter Badat, these two to me look kind of more interesting than the regulator at the Tante. Was this r- rigged? We'll find out. But here we go. Grubel Peterman, Gul Badat, Peterman Badat, Simon Brett. I actually met Simon Brett at the Dubai event. He was at a small shop where they sell the independents. This is pretty cool, but I wouldn't expect a winner to be of. Okay, but see, this is important. There we go, finalists. All right. What is this? Oh, the judges. Here we go. Carol Forestier Casapi. No idea who this is. Oh my God, Montanari, Auro Montanari. Jeez, who is this? Who's Auro Montanari? He by the way, this Auro Montanari, he kind of looks like John Goldberg kind of looking guy. Rashapi, interesting. Zhao Jinsu. Who is this? Michael Tay. Interesting. Interesting jury here. Huh. The winner of the Louis Vuitton Prize for and the creator will be announced on 6th of February. Yeah, we had that. It was already announced. Speaking of winners. Oh, hey. Whoa. We got Diego and Eddie.
Oh, wow.
I've been on for like probably 5 minutes, and that just proves that you are blind in your left eye because you didn't
Oh
see me.
yeah. I can't.
Everybody thinks it's a meme, but Tim's got two monitors. He's got StreamYard on the left, and yeah, he didn't see me.
I can only see one thing at a time. Sorry.
What's going
Hey.
on with you guys?
Well, just looking at the announcement that Peterman was sorry, the Raúl Pages was announced to be the winner of this Louis Vuitton. I know a lot of people Probably Diego, you could care less. I remember when when I was like talking about the whole independent scene uh during the hike. Oh my god, this
On
is
the
the hardest thing
contrary,
to do.
Tim,
Oh
I've
yeah?
been saying multiple times that I'm excited to see what Louis Vuitton does because they're actually, I don't know, I think it's pretty mature of them to not just be like, we're just going to do our own thing. They're going out and they're, you know, putting on competitions and they're hiring young people. I think it's great.
They're stealing
There's,
all the new
there's going to be
talent.
some really cool stuff coming from Louis Vuitton.
The Eddie is kind of right. There's well, it's not that they're stealing the talent. They're they're the first ones like intelligent enough to realize that hey, hold on a second. There are talented people out there who are making watches on their own in their own basements and stuff, right? And they realize that they could take these people, train them up a little bit, and get them partnered with their it's this is almost like you know how artists in the music industry get partnered with certain labels, right? And then they become subservient of that label, and then forever, like, yes, those artists go on to make millions of dollars, but then the label makes even more millions of dollars off of their creation.
Like Scooter Braun and Taylor Swift.
Yes.
Exactly.
and,
Exactly. This
and
is like Daniel Plainview buying every acre of land possible. It might not have any oil, but when it does,
boom, you
And
struck
oh,
gold.
this is pretty cheap for them to host too.
It
They have
exactly.
all
costs
the
it's very
venues.
they have all the money in the world. For them, this counts as charity. This is actually a deductible. It makes them look good, like they're doing something very positive for like these watchmakers, etc., etc. Little do they know is that once people come in for the training, what happens is that they start teaching them and passing their values onto these watchmakers and kind of turning them into I don't know, like one
Dude,
of their own.
there's
It's
there's something to be said for giving somebody a chance.
Yeah.
Loyalty is attached to that. So, yeah, you're going to have some people that collaborate or even go and work for Louis Vuitton that are going to go do their own thing, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's inevitable. But this is a small investment for Louis Vuitton to essentially snatch up every future prominent watchmaker, pennies on the dollar. And if they can keep 1 out of 10, 2 out of 50, and they can have a huge success, it's gonna keep them going for a long time.
It's also
okay.
the prestige of running such a show.
And they have the
Yeah.
association now. It's the Louis Vuitton Watch Prize,
Yes, it
not
Tim,
makes
the
their
Independent
watches
Creative Watch Prize.
look more
Tim,
And
do
now
you
legit.
all this,
realize
Mhm.
do you realize that they might have the next Royal Oak already in hand
What do you? Oh, you
by
mean? Yeah,
by collaborating with these young kids? Yeah, I mean
the
yeah.
next
this is
Genta,
smart.
not the next
This is
Royal Oak,
smart.
the next Gerald Genta in hand.
The next Gerald Genta. Yeah.
Exactly.
Right. Right. I mean, they do that. Reshep. I know you guys are not very impressed with Reshep's work, but there's a reason why
You
everybody wants his.
know, you know what though? If so, Reshep right now is doing his own thing. But if a brand were to approach him and say, here's kind of the building blocks of what makes our brand, we want you to make something based off of this, it might be cool.
Mhm.
I don't like his stuff, but he might be able to do something interesting with other brands' core values and design.
Who designed the new tambour?
That's just Louis, their in-house team. Well, but it's under new administration, right? They put the
Jean.
Jean Arnaud, yeah, and he's actually like super into watches, right? Remember he told Carson Krona got this FB Joran paid like $500,000 for it. he brought it to an event, and he was like with Jean Arnaud talking watches, and he like hands it to Jean Arnaud, and Jean Arnaud, oh yeah, nice. I have number 1 of this. There's like 99 of them, and they're all freaking impossible. Oh,
Wait,
so
which
I mean, the
FD
guy,
Jordan is this?
huh?
Which Jordan was this?
That was the platinum one on the platinum bracelet, the tourbillon
Oh,
with
the Black Label Tour.
what was that? The ruthenium dial.
Meh.
Wait, he had the Black Label, not the ruthenium dial. Did
No,
he?
he has the ruthenium dial
It's
one.
the
too.
one he had in New York.
But that was the Black Label.
No.
No.
That was the ruthenium. It's
Oh, I
more
couldn't see shit
exclusive.
then.
Dude, the tourbillon, Eddie, on the peripheral, there's minute tracks. There's like 60 little ticks. So the tourbillon acts as your seconds hand. It's really cool.
But I thought he just had the Black Label. I didn't realize that was the ruthenium dial.
It's got 2. But yeah, and Jean Arnaud. I mean, obviously, Jean Arnaud is like son of a billionaire, kind of like. But look at the difference, right? You look at, for example, Bamford, who is a son of a billionaire, and you look at Jean Arnaud, who's a son of a billionaire, and look how
Multi-billionaire.
the two of them come off. Right, Jean Arnaud, respected, really respected in the watch industry, turning Louis Vuitton around, and but Bamford doing nothing. He's created a failed show, about effing time, and it's pretty bad. Pretty bad. The competition between billionaires' kids is stiff. I have huge respect for Jean Arnaud, honestly, because he doesn't have to do it, right? Think about it. He could do whatever he wants. He could just say, "Hey, Dad, just give me a couple of million, and I don't want to get involved with this. Like I'm just gonna sit at home, play video games. I don't want to get involved with the company." But he did, and he's doing something that he enjoys. I mean, it's in a way that maybe even like created a job for him that they thought he would be interested in doing. Right? Like,
If he didn't care, he would just take what was already in place and say, all right, you guys continue, I'm in charge.
mhm.
But he's doing what no one else has done on this scale. Like I said, which is seeking out all the future talent and getting them under one roof, or at least giving them their first true shot. So I give him props, man. Yeah, he did not, he didn't have a choice into what family he was born in. I don't believe in shaming people that are uber rich.
Nobody's
right?
shaming anybody.
I know, but
I mean, Tim has a
there's
trust fund.
definitely people that do. I'm not one of those people. I don't think anybody has a choice in what family they're born. So I give him props. I give him props. Now I will say, I don't really think I like any of these watches. I don't like the tambour at all.
Oh.
But then if you look at any brand, if you look at AP, Patek, Rolex, there's a lot of their watches I don't like either.
Mm-hmm.
So eventually they're going to make something that's going to be a huge hit.
I mean, the
that everybody's
tambour
gonna
is
be
fully
saying-
sold out.
What's that?
The tambour is fully sold out.
It doesn't matter. I'm speaking for myself.
Yeah.
I think it's
You
ugly
know,
as hell.
This could actually change up the industry, Diego. Right? It could change up the way, and maybe it's all in the anticipation of what's coming, because look how much brand power is so prevalent in our society today, right? Everything is all about the brand. It's almost like sometimes brand could create garbage, but because it's by certain brand, it immediately it's like triple retail, right? Because it's created by certain brand. Like some people try to argue with Rolex. They say, "Oh, Rolex is way overpriced for the product they're making." But it's actually more true with other brands than with Rolex, because you're actually getting a lot of a really good quality watch. It's a really, really good quality. I don't know.
Tim, can you think of a brand right now that comes? Let's do stainless steel sports watch.
Stainless steel sports.
Doesn't matter if it's a dive or chrono, just from any brand. Pick one besides Rolex where you know that clasp in 50 years is still going to work just as good.
Right.
I can't think of one.
See,
maybe a Tudor. Maybe a Tudor.
Maybe
No,
a Tudor.
Tudor's used the ceramic
Actually, Tudor
bubbles.
has a spring in it. Did you notice the T?
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
You know, everybody. You know, not everybody, obviously, but some people do give Rolex a bunch of hate. Find me another brand, a steel sports watch that in 50 years will still be structurally sound, still look good, not be dated, right? Not have 20,000 new versions of it to where it doesn't even look anything like it was. And Rolex is really the only one.
Yeah, but I think, well, how do you defeat Rolex, right? What would be someone's brand strategy to defeat Rolex? Some people would say, "Oh, well, how do you defeat Rolex? Can Cartier defeat Rolex? Can Omega was trying to go head to head, right? And they just kept falling, tripping over their own laces all the time, face planting with every single creation that they tried to kind of create a competing product. It's just everything was very kind of inferior, even though like on the surface it might not seem like it, right? You wear a Seamaster on a metal bracelet versus Submariner on a metal bracelet. There's a lot of people who never had the Submariner, but they're like, you know what, these are comparable, but
They're not.
yeah, Rolex can never be defeated. But that's if you play by their rules, if you go by this whole branding, right? And but maybe branding is not going to exist in the future, right? Right now, because I'm thinking, and this is maybe Louis Vuitton is doing the same thing, where they're bringing in talent, right? A creative talent, and they're marketing people by their name. Like, this is a creation of Raúl Pagès, right? And that could be under a Louis Vuitton umbrella. That's a second layer kind of marketing and branding that's a little bit more there's more emotional impact.
Yeah,
And
it
I
could
think
be the Raúl collection.
could be the Raúl collection. I don't know if Rolex ever thought of that, or I mean, it could be something that take them down. By just saying, hey, we're no longer, look at streetwear. Supreme. A couple of years ago, it was all the fucking rage. Supreme, all these hype beasts, right? That the hype beast culture is now dead, buried, 6 feet under. Nobody's wearing freaking Supreme. Nobody's wearing these hype beast brands.
So this is what I think. I think as we become more globalized, as we have more exposure to different brands, we're gonna rely less on marketing campaigns, which Rolex is infamous for. Rolex buys all of the ad space, all of the sponsorships for all the major sports.
Yeah.
And as I think we become more decentralized with our media consumption, we're going to get a lot more exposure to these independent brands, and the individuals want to express themselves through these independent brands, right? Because like right now, Rolex is, at least in our circle, like the watch community, Rolex is the standard. It's the base.
But other brands are very quickly catching up in quality to Rolex.
It's not even
15 years ago,
quality.
the
I mean,
delta
Tim,
was so
quality
wide.
doesn't matter. Quality doesn't matter now.
Well, it does. Because look, at least in the past, no, but because literally you go 15 years back, the competition is so far away, it's not even close. All right, so Rolex had both the prestige, but they also had the quality to back it up.
Yeah, but now, 15 years later, Tim, 15 years ago, you didn't even have an iPhone, right? You have to look at what's happening next.
Now, 15 years ago, there were iPhones, but no, I that's what I'm saying. I mean, there could be a redefinition. A future could be very different than the way it is right now.
I mean,
Right?
Tim, think about it this way: right now we have a huge surge in the sort of mid-cap luxury brands. Like you look at Bottega, Balenciaga, Loro Piana. Those are all of these sort of mid-cap brands that aren't extremely
Streetwear.
mainstream, but
Well,
they're
but
growing.
they're. I think, man, the streetwear market is shrinking.
But it's because they exploded in the last 5 years.
Tim,
Right?
I think asking a question like who can defeat Rolex is it's unfortunately it's not a very good question, because it'd be like saying who's going to topple Porsche and Ferrari in the sports car industry. There's going to be better cars. There's going to be, like, yeah, there's better cars than Porsche and Ferrari, but they're also very limited. They're very expensive. They're very niche. They're not mass market. And the only people that can even come close to competing with Rolex on a world scale would be Omega. But they just keep shooting themselves in the foot.
I mean, I guess Newbie says that define better.
Define better.
More mainstream. I mean, Swatch is more mainstream than Rolex.
Well, look, I'm looking at this, right? And what I'm saying is LVMH is actually a bigger brand name than Rolex. Rolex, it's just a watch company. Right? It's not a full brand that makes literally everything in the world, right? LVMH does make everything in the world. So their brand, that logo, I know they don't use it. They don't put it, right. They like LVMH, right? Because that's like the ticker.
It's the conglomerate.
Yeah, that's the conglomerate, right? They don't use it, but that is bigger than Rolex. At least it's like if you I don't know if you buy up all the
it's bigger, but that's not the
point. Capital wise,
Louis Vuitton, if they're seeking out, I mean, I don't think they are. You just asked the question, but they've got a few brands to beat before they even think about Rolex. They have Piaget, right? They have Cartier.
Piaget? No, they don't.
For watches? Oh yeah, dude.
It comes back to what do you mean by beat?
Yeah, beat.
In terms of name recognition, they beat
I have
Piaget.
no idea. Tim asked the question. I don't know.
Sales. I think to beat, if we're talking capitalism wise, it's sales. How do they beat them in sales?
They beat them. Pueblos beat them. Zenith has beat them.
And it also in popularity. Piaget, it's pretty.
Yeah,
nothing.
Tim, there's more Fords sold than Ferraris and Porsches combined. Doesn't mean that everybody wants a Ford. No, but everybody aspires to own a Porsche or a Ferrari.
But what is that? What is Porsche's final figure?
I think it comes down to
prestige. It's the same way that everybody aspires. Not everybody, but most people aspire to have a Rolex.
But also, right? I think those are different. They're competing. We're not comparing Seikos to Rolexes, right? We're comparing like Rolexes.
No, but I'm saying that even if Louis Vuitton does something incredible, like a McLaren level or something like that, like just as good on paper, if you want. Yeah, they're still never going to be Porsche or Ferrari ever.
Well,
it's too late. They don't have the history, right?
It depends on what you mean by beats.
But also like people's interests change, right? It's just you just take those people away and get them distracted and into something completely different, right? Think about how many dead hobbies are there in the past.
No, but Tim, we're talking about beating, but that's not the right way to consider it. I mean, you can look at Bugatti and Rimac. Rimac came up out of nowhere and bought Bugatti.
Yeah.
And what does that say?
Well, he bought the most important part of Bugatti is the brand name, right? The Bugatti.
No, they bought everything. He's the Rimac CEO.
The factory, everything.
Yeah, they own everything.
And what are they doing now with it?
They're letting Bugatti do their own thing, and then they're doing their own electric version of it.
Oh yeah, okay.
And I think that's, I don't know, I kind of think that's where Louis Vuitton's going to try to go with this, where they just want to be associated with the prestige, and it's going to elevate all of their other brands. So like, Louis Vuitton watches might not make money.
No, what I see Bugatti, this is different. What I'm seeing is like Louis Vuitton looking at the car industry, right? And they're saying, okay, all of these players, they're pretty much They built their castles, and if we attack them head on, we're going to lose. So what we have
Yes.
to do, we have to increase the competition, ramp up the competition, introduce new players into the game that will do our job better than we do in taking on these other brands. And that's what they're
Yeah.
doing by raising people up, like, Raúl Pagès, all of these watchmakers, right? They're all going to benefit from this. Even kind of the fact that
You,
they're in
you
the
get,
competition, they're gonna get some
I
momentum.
don't I don't think that, like, personally, like, if I was on the board of LVMH and they're like, how do we become the number one watch brand? I would say don't, because you're not gonna succeed, and then you're gonna be lumped in with all the others that are chasing that top spot.
But they
Longines,
don't need to
Tudor,
talk.
Omega, IWC, Bright. You're just going to be another one of those. If you do this right, if you do it in a restrained way, you could be the piece unique, well, maybe not piece unique, but you could be the micro brand that's attainable, right? They could have micro brand, or I'm sorry, not micro brand.
Like independent.
Yes, they could be the independent brand for the masses, kind of like think Moser, but on a much larger scale, right? Something
No,
like that.
I, I
They could achieve that, and they would have a better standing, in my opinion, in the watch community than if they try to say, "All right, we hired all these guys. IWC, take a step back. Cartier, you're yesterday's news. Like, we're the top." Like, that's not going to happen. They're going to fall flat on their face.
But they don't want to do that, Diego. Like,
I
you
know
look
they
at
don't want to do that. I
main
know they
brand.
don't. Of
You look
course,
at
they don't
Moët,
want to
you look
do
at
that.
Hennessy. They
no,
want the
but, but
pinnacle.
what they're doing. See, look, in the past, the watch that everybody wanted was a Rolex, because that meant the best watch. And that's how most people were judging it. LVMH talking about just making this contest public. It's like first Oscars ever, right? It changes people's attention away from thinking, wait, hold on a second. Was I always thinking that Rolex is number one, right? Whereas in reality, it's this is not the competition, right? Do you see? It changes how people think about brands. And as soon as people start thinking like, hey, Rolex is just this big company that mass produces watches like nothing, and how could that be ever compared to a handcrafted watch like this one
Well,
from small brand?
Tim, I'm sorry.
It's a completely different league. Do you understand?
It's a Tim, this is a horrible thing to debate because we already have hundreds of independent brands that you could say empirically make a better watch than Rolex.
Yeah,
Rolex is still number one.
but
So
no,
this
but
is just, I
what
think you
nobody
asked a
was doing
question.
is hammering that point to the public. You see it? It was always, we knew it because we're watch nerds, but the general public doesn't know anything about the other brands than Rolex. And LVMH is kind of, because LVMH is just a big brand. It's a mass market brand. I feel like it's going to introduce just general public into saying like, hey, hold on a second. There's mass produced stuff, and then there's independence, and that's above than what Rolex does and what Omega does and what Cartier does. It's the next level.
I mean, from my perspective,
And
I
in
feel like
that way, they could defeat them. Maybe not by raw numbers yet, by not like they're going to be making more money, but eventually they could wither away that reputation. Daniel Katz, $7 super chat. I'm day before yesterday's news. Hey Daniel, hop on the stream. Daniel knows these people by name. He actually pen pal with Simone Brent. A lot of people don't know it.
Hey, Tim,
Yeah.
what does Christopher Ward need to do to become the top brand? Let's discuss.
he's got to ban tea and tickers.
All right, let's look at some of these watches. This guy here, you met this guy?
Yeah.
I don't know this particular watch, but I know a few of his others. He has some really sick stuff, and dude, they sell out immediately.
No, this is his only watch. This is his first watch.
Oh, okay. Then there's somebody else that makes watches very similar.
Okay, you confused him. Yeah, this is actually his first watch, and he did this one in collaboration actually with Waitlisted. You know Waitlisted on Instagram. You know this kid what was it? Waitlisted.
I don't.
You
What kind
don't
of
know
account is it?
this guy. You probably seen his Instagram. Well, we talked about his stuff previously.
Oh yeah, dude, this guy has some insane. I don't know if they're all his, but he takes some really good photos.
Yeah. Oh, for example, look at
Wow.
this. Why
This
do you
is,
think he has such high resolution image of
hey
this?
Tim,
Yeah.
Reshep who?
Reshep. Oh, is it Rexepi or is it Reshep?
No. Well, whatever. Reshep who?
Reshep. Reshepi.
Who? Oh my God. Do you get what I'm saying, Eddie?
What?
I said Reshep who after looking at this photo.
Oh, I know what you're saying. I was like, oh, it makes me
Oh,
look bad.
damn. So you're
Exactly.
saying this is better than what Reshepi does?
Oh yeah, dude, this looks like a guy that is carving marble, and Reshep looks like he's building Legos. Okay,
Yeah.
like
Well,
seriously.
that there's a but Diego, the problem is that Reshepi, he's been doing this for a few years now, and Simon Brett is very new. And yeah, I spoke with him personally, right? And he's kind of freaked out with all the attention. He's getting way more attention than he wants. He feels like he's under a lot of pressure, a lot of stress, because there he already sold like 74 of these, and he only has like a few, right? So he made this one is in few prototypes, but now he's gonna have to do the real deal. He actually has to make all these watches come to fruition, and there's also people hammering him about what's he gonna do next. So it's a lot of stress. Yeah, a lot of stress. You know how it is. But I get it. I get it, Diego. You believe in Simon Brett. You see this, and you're like blown away. I'm blown away too. What a lot of people have to understand is that, hey, is this a fluke? And he doesn't know. You understand? Simon
Hey
Brett, he
man,
doesn't believe
look,
in himself yet.
Tim, I would rather take one fluke than 10 shitters. Okay.
No, but most Reshepis, I mean, I don't know. I like all of them. I get it.
I don't know. They're just a little too boring. They're not innovative. They're not unique.
They're very traditional, right? Very
Right.
conservative. But you should like them. You should like them. Maybe you're just trying to be. It's a what's it? Hot Takes Wednesday. Hot Takes Wednesday.
Yeah, tomorrow's Thursday, and then we got Friday
Thirsty
coming up.
Thursday.
Tomorrow's Thirsty Thursday. Yep.
Okay. All right. So
Then
let
we
me
got
just get these down. I'm gonna start pre-planning shows a little
What
bit
do you mean? Today's Thursday.
today. No, today's
just go
Thursday.
with it. Oh,
Shut
see,
up.
he didn't know. He didn't know, Eddie. Jesus.
Oh my god. It's
I was like, holy
Thursday.
shit! I was going in the office.
Thursday.
Yeah, we missed Hot Take Wednesday.
Oh shit. Hot Take Wednesday. What about Friday? Oh, speaking of Friday, hey, Daniel.
Hi, everyone. I come from another dimension. It's Friday over here.
You're ahead of your
In
time.
I'm in Toronto,
Don't
even
use
though
that one.
I'm.
Don't use that joke, Daniel. That was not good.
Okay. Let me make my
That was
fall
a
and
joke.
crash on my bad lines. It's okay, Diego. Just let me crash and burn. I just want to talk freely, talk badly, whatever.
I know.
So, anyways, can I comment, Uncle Tim, on the Rex Happy?
Oh yeah,
Rex was
sure.
Okay, so this is not to say that anyone on the panel is wrong. They never are. I'm usually wrong. I'm about 99% wrong. But anyways,
Uh-huh.
my POV on this is
POV.
Rex point of view.
Mhm.
Point of view.
I knew that.
What's your
Okay.
point of view on this whole situation? Tell us.
Yeah,
Lay it all out.
I don't have a clue, but he is transitioning from that individual watchmaker. You guys know this into more of this brand business thing now that LVMH has gobbled him up, so to speak. Saying that, even before he was gobbled up, he was cut up. And as every watchmaker, as any individual who's an artisan starting off and they're expanding into a business, I'm not even a businessman. I just, from reading from other
You're
people.
not a businessman? I thought you
No,
were.
no, hear me out. Let me finish. So then they're busy with other things. They're not doing their craft, or they don't have much time to do their own craft. They're delegating authority to some extent, maybe do a little bit of the craft. Kari Voutilainen, I don't know how much time he has to actually do his
Right.
craft.
I don't
He's a
know.
big business now.
Can he gear shade? Does Kerry Woodalainen actually does his own gear shade, or does he
I,
more of like a
well,
suggestion? He has
wait a minute.
apprentice do everything. Speaking of apprentices,
But
Sounds like a lot
yeah.
of excuses for Reshep's poor performance as a watchmaker.
Well, hold on. That's your decision. I don't know. Like that last watch, I wasn't a fan of that he did, but he's spent years coming up with beautiful pieces, and is like a quarterback for the NFL. He has a really bad game, and sometimes he has a good game. Right now, his last piece, I don't know, but that may have been directed by other minds, executives. Who knows in the BS world of business? I'm not saying all business is bad. No, no, no. But I'm just saying that when you have an individual just working on his craft, you see his craft. And there's some people that Tim hardly knew. I think, Tim, you met some people at one of the shows, and he showed some of his pieces that were phenomenal, way prettier than what Rex Heppy has put out. But Rex Heppy is capable of doing that stuff. And I give some slack for someone that's transitioning into a business and maybe try to give a few hours of his own work into the craft, but he is running a business. So that's my take on it. I wouldn't dump. Go ahead, Diego. I mean, I'm not here to change your mind. I'm just saying I respectfully disagree with maybe where you're thinking on Rexepi. That's it.
All right. Well, I'll patiently wait for him to make a watch that's attractive, worth the money he's.
Whatever. He is expensive. Yeah.
hey, that's
I rest my case, Uncle Tim.
Boston Collector in the chat argues that Recep Recepi is not gobbled up. He did one collab of 10 pieces. He has his own brand, completely independent. Let's
Okay, I stand
let's do a
corrected,
poll.
Boston.
Whoa,
Boston, I stand corrected.
whoa. Hold on, relax,
Okay.
Daniel. Daniel, you made a valid point, and you should stand behind the point you made. Okay.
Okay.
Let's do a poll. Let's see it.
Okay.
And by the way, guys, we're reaching 1 hour. Please make sure to upvote the live stream if you've been hanging with us.
Steven, I'm drinking some tea, a little bit spiked perhaps, but I'm drinking some, cinnamon, turmeric, that kind of stuff. Sorry, I interrupted.
No, it's so cool.
Yeah.
I just need to find how to spell Recepi.
Okay.
Oh, here we go.
Belatedly, you look good in your glasses, Tim. I know it's been months, but I'm actually complimenting you now.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. We got the poll going. I want to see how smart our audience is. Okay, and then I'm gonna spell it all out. All right, I've seen it. All right, I was there firsthand in Dubai. I'll tell you what I've seen. But let me know what you guys think. What is your opinion, guys? Second here. I'm also, you know what I'm doing.
I'm not a fan of 28 millimeter thick watches.
What does that mean?
The Reshep watch.
Oh, the Recepi watch. I get it. The one that's chronograph on the back.
Yeah.
You don't think that was kind of creative? No.
Look, man. There's creativity. Getting points for creativity is what you get in kindergarten. This is the real world, and you have to make an attractive product first and foremost. You can't just say, "Oh, no one else did it." Well, maybe there's a reason.
Very good point. What's going on here? Message from Tim G. Uh-oh. He wants me to pull up a watch. Let's pull it up for Timmy. Accept. Rechette P. Oh. Chronometer Contemporain 2. This is one of the most beautiful watches. And that rose gold one, my God. It's one of the most beautiful watches I've ever seen on this planet. Look at the movement. It's three-dimensional. Yeah. Look,
He has an 82-year-old or 83-year-old, actually someone older than me, that makes his cases.
oh, yeah.
Yeah, and
That's
he's
right.
very well revered, whoever that
I
guy
mean,
is.
Tim, I'd be more impressed if it was a 4-dimensional movement.
How many jewels does he use?
How many jewels? Not many. Hey, Tim.
Hey, how are you guys? Hey, I don't
Speaking of
want
jewels.
to. Yeah, well, I'm not really, but I respect Diego's opinion on everything. But I try to get the white gold watch like 2.5 years ago, 2 years before Recepi. Everyone sort of knew him, and I was like number 21 out of 20 on the list, so I never got it. But I think this is the most beautiful watches I've ever seen, period. I think these two, and this is what he's really noted for. The stuff from LVMH or whatever it is, it's just hideous what he did, I think. But this stuff is beautiful.
I can respect that. I respect that because, everybody has their own taste. Look, I'm not saying these watches are the ugliest thing I've ever seen. I'm more so looking at it from the perspective of when these go for $1 million at auction.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, guys, like, stop. Now, I think the retail on these is like 70 or so.
Oh no, I agree with you on that. But also, like the Roger Smith simplicity is in that same ballpark where they're going over $1 million. I think this watch or the Smith Simplicity watch are probably amongst the nicest watches. Like everyone would like that AP Buckley liked that AP that was
before Simplicity. Yeah.
This
is very close to Philip Dufault, and I think that's why Recepi made this watch, because he was following in the steps of like Philip Dufault.
I think a lot of his notoriety and fame came from auction results, right? Yes, people wanted the watches, but they were very unknown. And then when people see that, oh my God, this went for $1 million, it's the best thing in the world. And I'm just like, come on.
It's you know what? It was the best quality kind of with the most hand finishing watch at the time when watches just kind of exploded, especially independent watchmakers kind of exploded, came onto the scene and started being ranked in different videos, websites. Like suddenly, like, see, these independent watchmakers, they would be kind of making their watches, and the way they would get clients is they would go to different trade shows and show their watches there. But the media allowed the customers come to the like reversed it, okay? And suddenly these watchmakers became like celebrities because they're like the most talented craftsmen in their field doing this type of thing, this type of work.
OC, have I taken crazy pills, or did people fall in love with these watches when they saw the auction results and then they were scrambling to get them? Hold on. And then they were scrambling to get them at retail, and they love Recepi, and oh my God, he's so good. Am I taking crazy pills?
No, I wanted this watch before.
Yeah, of course, some people, Tim G, are going to want this watch before, but OC, thoughts? Is a notoriety
Tim G, ready? It's a combination of three things. It's that these guys, some of these independent guys, studied or worked with people who are considered icons in the industry. They worked with George Daniels, or they worked under Roger Smith, or they worked, with Philippe Dufour for 2 years or whatever. And then so they have a little bit of that that icon status is rubbing off on them. And then number 2, yes, there's these auction prices. They make these small independent brands and then they go out to auction and they sell for a lot more. And then number 3 is, let's not beat around the bush. These guys are backed by big corporate entities that want to propel them into becoming the next big thing. It's a lot of artificial hype. So all due respect to Reshepé, Raúl Pagès, Simone Brett, these are industry darlings. Okay, they've been handpicked by the industry
plants.
elite. Yeah, by the industry elite to basically represent niche independent watchmaking. And they have the backing of the analysts, they have the backing of the press, they have the backing of the big corporate conglomerates.
They have the backing of Daniel Katz.
And that's
And
worth,
we're not going to let the
worth
press
billions.
dictate our lives, right, Tim?
Who are these people? Carol Fraser,
Who's Reshepé?
Sappi? Who the Auro Montari? Who is this guy?
Wait a minute. OC, they have the backing of me, too.
I heard, and that's why Simone Brett and Reshepé are worth billions today in brand recognition because of that.
Millions.
So it's a combination of those things. Does the Reshepé watch look beautiful? Sure, it does. Is it worth, like, I don't know what they sell for at auction? Is it worth over $100,000?
It's worth what the brand recognition is worth. If you don't value brand recognition, if some people don't value brand recognition, they don't value exclusivity, they don't value artistry, right? And then some people value it to fucking nth degree, and this
To
was
a fault. Yeah, to a fault. Right?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
no, they value it because he makes 80 watches or he makes 120 watches or whatever, and so they want to be part of an exclusive club. And yes, value retention, value appreciation is part of it, but there's nothing special about these watches. Oh my God, the way he hand finishes the anglage. I mean, who gives a fuck?
It's
Come on.
good
Dude.
finishing. Well,
No.
Show me someone else. Show me someone else.
Tim.
Show me another one.
We were shown photos of his Acrivia LVMH collab. There was so much debris in that dial, in the movement. There was stuff everywhere.
It's a prototype.
Okay, so what? When he makes prototypes that he just doesn't care. He was literally handing this watch to LVMH and saying, "Here's what I came up with." Come on.
I'm not willing to judge based on that piece.
No, I'm just responding to the comment that the finishing is amazing. Oh. The dude can't even clean his movements.
Well, they had to get. Well, it's not like he put that entire movement by himself. He has a team. This his team who did it. He has like 12 people.
Oh, well then never mind. Then it's totally acceptable.
Well, it's not.
No, I'm not saying that either.
It's not. It wasn't the finished product. Let's just relax. Let's just take a breath here. Okay, we're judging way too early. He had to get that watch finished in some deadline that he didn't even probably expect he would have. Like this collab between LVMH and Reshepé kind of fucking, it was a spur of the moment. Him and Jean Arnaud just connected, clicked, and bam, the next thing he knows. Yeah.
Tim, if Nico made a watch that had debris in the movement, you'd be freaking out. Okay.
Well, he painted 2 middle fingers. Yeah, I did freak out, and I did say, but like I wouldn't he said it wasn't
that Reshepé ran out of time, so he couldn't. I'm not talking about finish. Yeah, but I'm talking about that there was literally debris in the movement under the crystal.
The thing is, though, also once he won the GPHG award for that watch that I tried to get, he skyrocketed because everyone found him. It was I don't know what year it was, but it was the GPHG. It's the Oscars whenever that happens in October or November. So long story short, that with this Philip Dufour or whatever, I mean, or Roger Smith Simplicity are amongst the nicest watch, in my opinion, amongst the nicest watches. I would prefer. The problem is that they're over $1 million is ridiculous for you. I'd rather have a house. So that's the millionaire.
millionaires.
So basically, long story short, they're just it's just ridiculous. But I think those are true watches. Rolex makes a great mass-produced watch, like Porsche makes a great mass-produced sports car. But the thing is that they're mass-produced. They're not individually like handcrafted.
Yeah.
And that's what these guys are. That's what these guys are noted for. So I get what you're saying, but that
I like how Diego is complaining about the Resheppi watch that's put together by hand, having a little bit of debris in there.
Of course
His
it is.
own Panda Daytona
Okay.
put together by a computer has an eyelash.
Can I put a word in? Let me
No.
just put a word in. Ed, by the way, hi, Ed. Sorry, I didn't mean to ignore Ed. Put a word in here.
Eddie.
First of all, Eddie, sorry. Thank you, OC, for that correction. I apologize for calling you the wrong name all this time.
Let's
Eddie.
see if we can
Jesus
dox
Christ.
your medication.
I'm
don't
on
want to.
medication, Diego, not
thank you.
you. I'm on
There's an
orocephalexin
address on there
for
sometimes.
my foot.
Oh damn!
So, yeah.
Oh, the
Well,
foot.
thank you for that.
And
Tim, if
I
I
think
bought a piece, if I bought a handmade car and it rattled, I wouldn't be like, "Ah, yeah, but it's handmade."
welcome to Rolls Royce on that one.
Daniel, come on, I gave you a minute.
that was not a minute. Come on, man. That was a bad presentation. Doesn't mean that the whole thing about Rexepi is bad. And my third point, almost finished, is just stay away from auctions. You bump into Rexepi, work out a deal on the actual MSRP, whatever it is, for a piece for you when you're in that financial interest for that sort of thing. Not for that crazy auction price. You stay away from auctions. That's my final thing.
Speaking of auctions,
I agree.
Rose
Yo,
Paul.
Rose.
What's up, guys?
Hey.
I wanted to just make two points,
Hey.
two contributions to discussion because OC said I thought a really interesting point about these guys being industry darlings, and like look at what Reshep's brother is doing, who's getting attention but is not industry blessed, is not an industry darling, and I would argue that that's more interesting, more creative watchmaking. And the other thing is that the point Tim G is making about people want rarity and they want these they want craft and rarity and I agree. The issue is like at scale there are so many people, there are so many individuals out there making watches on their own or in their small shops. Like independent watchmaking isn't rare. The watches
But
are
a lot of
rare.
it is crap.
You're right, exactly. Like this idea of like I want some guy in a shop who's toiling away and making watches. Like a lot of people are doing it. It's not as rare as people are, as people want it to be, as people
It's being
try to.
romantic, Rose. It's being
Exactly.
romanticized.
Exactly. Thank you. Yeah.
Whoa. Hold on. I actually think that eh, good quality. I'm not talking. Yes, there's a lot of people like Peter Piccolini, right? The guy who was working at the Luxury Bazaar, who fixed movements in their garages. But that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about making a movement, like really, or being a grand because there's probably grand master watchmakers who working for the likes of Lange, right? That they have their own ideas where, like, shit, if I could go on my own, I have an idea for a movement. They might have it sketched out. They might not have the resources, but if they're thinking like, shit, I could go now public with this and try to get the prize. This is what Louis Vuitton ultimately is trying to do. Is they're trying to poach the top talent from Patek, from Lange, from Rolex, people that are already working for these mega corporations, but they don't have the balls to
Wait,
go on
you
their
met
own.
one. You
But
met one, Tim.
there are more
Yes.
independent. There, it's not that rare. I mean, obviously, compared to the number of Rolexes out there, yes, it's rare. But there are more independent watchmakers than there are hype brand watches, or the hype brands.
Well,
Like
but I
it's
think
not that rare.
there's
And I
not
agree with
enough
Diego. Like it's
mega
romanticized.
quality. Okay, there's a lot of bullshit, kind of low tier Salida unfinished movement. For example, take someone like Reuter. Would you put okay, let me just bring him up. Reuter.
Dan Reuter.
watches. That's a good friend, right? He actually lives near me. Yeah, Dan Reuter, right?
Somebody should try and do the math, and I bet you the number of Royal Oaks being produced this year, each year, could well be fewer. I mean, I don't know this, but like I wouldn't be surprised if it's closer than we think to the number of independent watches being not special, they're not unique, distinct. You know, I've purchased them. They're amazing and they're like nothing out there. But this term rare gets thrown around, I think, to it. There's so many rare things out there that it's like rarity isn't rare.
Okay, look here. Look at Dan Reuter. Look what he does. Would you put Dan Reuter on the same level as these other choices that were in the competition, like Simon Brett, the Badat, the Peterman Badat, or
Dan Reuter from Long Island's watches aren't worth anything, but Danielle Reuter, his watches from
Right.
from a farm outside of Geneva, Switzerland. His watches are worth millions.
Right. And with the
Yeah.
proper marketing and the right connections and an introduction to Goldberger, he too could be an industry darling.
Well, I think he's not on that level yet, because while he's good at the finish, at carving, but he hasn't made his own movement.
Oh,
When he
let's
makes
not.
his own movement, then we'll talk about it.
Oh, wait a minute. Somewhere in between what Rosie's talking about, what you guys are talking about, I have a certain love for a guy who does not make his own movement, but
Yeah.
really super uber decorates it.
I'm
That's
not taking anything away from him. I'm just
okay.
saying it's different skill.
Is
I
it
mean,
me?
this guy
Okay,
has
but
skill in
all right.
finishing. These guys are watch makers, meaning they're making the movement. They're inventing the movement from a completely unique, independent movement that never existed before, and that's
Okay,
what happened here.
I'm throwing in Philippe Pekulik, who has not made his official movement yet, but he is capable of doing that.
Well,
But his
And,
watches are 10 grand.
and then maybe he'll enter into the
I think it's
competition.
kind of worth it. I mean, that's for someone to keep, and I'm not here to convert you, Eddie. Yeah, I just like his work. That's all.
Another
'Cause I
one,
was looking- I was-
another one that's being groomed for this mega stardom of independent brands is J.N. Shapiro. If you
Yeah.
notice that he's
Oh,
getting a lot
absolutely.
of buzz lately. So he's
Yeah.
he's following right in the footsteps of Simone Brett. Corporate backed, meaning that the industry darlings want this guy to
Yeah.
succeed, right? He's in Los Angeles. It would be like a coup to have a guy, an American watch company, rise up and become
like Brick.
huge. You know, pull up J.N. Shapiro, Mister right.
Brick. Come on.
J.N. Shapiro is a great guy. He's actually friends with Cars. Did you know that?
Yes, I did, but that's not why I mentioned it.
Oh, okay.
Look at that.
Oh wow.
Cool, right?
That's
and there's a front of the watch too. Yeah, but I mean, all these watches have the same classical conservative design. I happen to like Resheppi's design better than anybody's. But if you also click on the link in the private chat, there's no way. I mean, he's the price of Resheppi is $70,000 at retail. That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's an expensive dress watch, but the prices that they're going for at auction are absolutely ridiculously low.
You avoid auction. Avoid auction.
24,000.
Yeah. That's nonsense. You avoid the auctions.
Wow, that's incredible.
Unless you're selling something you own, that's a different story on auction.
The awesome Pawn, thank you so much for being a member for 15 months. Is Resheppi in an industry plant like Ice Spice?
Yes.
Well, by the way, I had this poll running. We had 50 people who voted. Is Resheppi gobbled up by LVMH? And so 56% of the audience said no, he's not gobbled up and 43 said yes, he is gobbled up. Actually, but the truth is, hey, Sean, welcome to the show.
Hey, good afternoon, gentlemen.
Hello, Sean.
How are you? Good.
Hey,
since
Hey, I was
Rosé.
just answering the question of whether
Yeah,
Recep
Rosé just
Recep-
left. He left because you jumped on. He didn't want to argue with you.
Well, too bad. Actually, you know what? In a way, maybe it's good because I'm gonna be running the risk of sound like that Grand Seiko guy that he runs into and he tries to run away from at the gatherings. But I'm telling you guys, we're just on the way back from Santa Barbara, and I was enjoying my Breguet, and man, that is such a special piece.
Oh.
And you know, if you want to have an independent, you want to have something that's a little bit different. It's not mainstream, and I get it. It's very traditional, but something that's got charm, old world charm to it, and you don't see one on everybody's wrist. I'm telling you, Breguet is a great brand. Total quality, it's just
It even
beautiful.
kind of looks a little bit like independent, right? With the
It
guilloche dial,
does.
right?
Yeah,
Breguet
it
is like
does.
on those
George Daniels.
furniture-
George Daniels copied Breguet design a
Yes,
lot. I
yeah.
mean, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Breguet, I mean, they're the OGs, and well, obviously this 10 hertz one that you got, they're not just they haven't just been around for a very long time. They haven't just invented the tourbillon. Here they are innovating, pushing the technology forward with this automatic movement that's 10 hertz. What the?
Yeah. Yeah, and listen, that watch, the dial. I mean, I've taken so many photos. I could actually, because of this watch,
Mm.
I was inspired to dig up my good lens and the camera. And a couple of Sundays ago, that first Sunday I had it, for most of the afternoon, I was taking like a lot of shots, and I'm still not done with that dial because every time I look at it, it's just like a wonderland. But
Mm.
anyways, but in general, I think Breguet is one of those unsung heroes. Is one of those great values out there, and I get it. Not everybody's going to like the classic design. Obviously, they have the sports, the transatlantic, and the flyback chronos and everything. But I actually would like to see Breguet start making some more modern, contemporary pieces
Oh.
and go their way. I bet they still will have a little bit of touch of classic Breguet, little idiosyncrasies about them. But I want to see some modern stuff from them. I want to see what a modern watch to them would look like. And but again, like I said, I'm that Grand Seiko guy, probably running to you, at a watch meet and just going down that. I think I'm going down the rabbit hole with Breguet and going to look into more of their pieces. But anyways, just wanted to chime in and say that I'm
Yeah,
loving
this
it.
is a really good point, Sean, because Breguet is like it's affordable compared to the freaking Recepi for $900,000, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Comparatively to those Recepis and George Daniels's, right?
yeah,
Or
yeah.
Smith's,
Tim,
Philip Dufour, yeah.
yeah, Tim. If Daniel, thank you for forwarding that article to me. Of
No worries. Thank you. No
yeah,
worries.
and
I deleted it.
it, it's this feature
Sends a
that
lot
they
of email.
have with the magnets and the pivot, the balance wheel, the pivot. As he stated in that article, Ariel is not a guy that gets what do you call it? Oh, gets all of a sudden infatuated with a piece or impressed. He's got a little bit of cynicism to him, and he said that this feature that they added, which they were recognized for it,
Uh-huh.
it's something that actually other watches should have because it's taking care of a lot of the issues with the friction and the wear and tear and the accuracy. And also, they made a watch that they got a couple of magnets in there. So and they used material and technology that the magnet does not affect the watch. And none
Oh,
of these
yeah.
watches
So they use
none of these
silicon.
watches, yes, and
Oh.
none of these watches actually come out. And I heard somebody said -1 plus 3 seconds. No, none of these watches leave the factory if they are not -1 or plus 2 seconds a day.
Wow.
And
Let's see.
they're offering it to you at a MSRP of, what was that, 42,600, and you can get these at they're readily available. You can get them at a discount. This is one of those situations
Oh,
that
hold on a
if
second.
you
Here
know
we
what
go.
you
What
like,
is this?
you go where nobody else is going, and you find the really great watches at great quality, and you don't have to kiss nobody's ass, and you get the watch when you wanna have it. I mean,
Yes.
honestly, it's a dream for a watch collector.
I want
Sean,
to be one of the first people to congratulate Sean on his sponsorship deal with the Swatch Group. This obvious, blatant product placement and crass commercialism is exactly what we need here on the Tim Wright Show.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it. Thank you, OC. I love you, man.
Yeah, right.
Thank you. Let's see here. Was it a blog?
.com. This is a very technically sophisticated watch with a very classic look from Breguet. This is Breguet Classique chronometry, 10 hertz. This is a 10 hertz mechanical movement, which is very, very fast, more than twice as fast as most mechanical movements. Let's look at the escapement first here in the balance wheel. You can see, I'm going to try to zoom in a little bit here, just how fast it's moving.
It's nearly twice
quite
as fast
a speedy
as a
little
5-hertz
balance
movement,
wheel there. Has some very sophisticated technology that makes it work properly. But even as fast as it's moving,
it looks really nice, right? Like the movement here, the finish on the dial, the different layers of the guilloche.
It's so impressive that it'll look good on Tim's wrist.
It's almost like a Philip Dufault, but you know, you're getting it for super cheap. Prada 38.5. Can't understand how we hype all these darling watchmakers, paying millions for their watches, and yet we undervalue Breguet. These
Amen.
will create their pieces based on Breguet's watches. Boom.
Amen. I mean, you know,
That
it's just like, and listen,
Yeah.
again, somebody may not like the design and style. Absolutely, I get it. Walk away from it. But if this is something similar to another watch that, you know, everybody's going after, you know what? Maybe you want to take a detour, take a breath, let the herd get ahead of you, so you're by yourself, and you can spend a little bit of time and see what you really like. And I'm just astounded that for myself, that after all these years, this is my first Breguet, and I'm guilty of that, right? So, but no, great watch, and I'm really enjoying it, and I wore it. I was at the we were in Santa Barbara, and we had we had our Western region dealer meeting. There are 80 dealers. We have the national VP, North America. Everybody was there, and there are quite a bit of watch collectors among the BMW group, and there are 3 or 4 of us, and we get together, we compare watches right away. And that first day where we had all day meetings, everybody's like, so what do you, and they know I'm a watch guy, so what are you wearing? So as soon as I took it off, you know, I showed it to them right away. They wanted to try it. As a matter of fact, in the afternoon when we came back, I got in, we were chatting, and I got to my seat late because there were 2 or 3 people said, "Yeah, I heard you got a new watch. I want to check it out." And it's different. It's a different watch. Yeah, it's a different watch.
Is there anybody else? What were other people wearing? Okay, here we go.
There were a lot of, obviously, Rolex is the king, right?
Rolex.
You have a lot of Rolexes. You have second,
precious metal Rolexes or steel sports Rolexes.
You have a gamut of everything. The guys that are from factory, from BMW, they do the stainless steel. But if it's if you got the dealers, they do the precious metal. And these guys are not flashy. There are a couple of guys that are flashy that had their rose gold APs on and all that. But typically, you go there a little bit understated. You don't go too flashy. But Rolex by far is the watch that most people wore. And then I bet you mine was probably the only Breguet there. But you had APs, you got Pateks, all the older guys, the owners, the ones that probably their kids are running the operation. You know, they'll have Vacherons on their wrist.
Oh, wow. Vimal Linear, $2 super chat. Thank you so much, Vimal. 90% of dress watches are Breguet inspired. Indie. Oh,
Indy, my friend, Indy. Okay.
Indie
Yeah.
dress watches are Breguet inspired. 90%. Yeah, because Guilloche, but also, you know, Guilloche wasn't exclusive to Breguet. We like to think of Guilloche as being exclusive to Breguet at that time, but it wasn't as. That's why I try not to push that too much. But yeah, I mean, Breguet hands, Breguet Guilloche dial. Guilloche is like one of those old arts that kind of is being revived, and
Well,
Breguet themselves, they're kind of doing it on a mass market scale. Not exactly, but kind of, because they
well,
have
they're doing
a guy doing all the dials.
well. They're okay. There's the traditional old machinery to do the
Yeah,
guilloche.
yeah,
Then there's the for those that are cheap like me. There are pieces out there that's the RNC method from the computer,
yeah.
which is it's prepared, but it's done pretty good. It's sort of like lab grown diamonds, I guess. It's done very well,
There's
not
stamping
stamped,
also.
but it's the stamping if it's done really well. But RNC is very interesting if one could get a piece like that also.
Really.
But Breguet is the
Example of
old
art.
traditional method.
Yeah, with the group, the Etude group that we have, the Etude is the model.
Cheers.
Whatchamacallit, I forgot the name of our group that has the watches.
Bill
Shoot.
Sanders. Bill Sanders' group.
Bill Sanders, yeah.
Oh
Anyways,
yeah.
Oh, we
yeah.
need to get
So
him on the stream. It's been damn it, it's been a long time.
he's a great guy. He's always
Yeah,
available. You have his information. You can
yeah,
contact him.
yeah, yeah.
So the second
And I need
watch
gifts.
that we are doing is a guilloche dial. And early on we were trying to figure out which way do we want to go. So you have three choices, right? The least expensive is stamped, obviously, and that's not really guilloche. You know, and you can tell the difference. And then the other one is as Daniel, you said, it's machine turn, so to speak. And then the other one is obviously when they use the rose turn engine, and it's done. It takes time, and it really craftsmanship. So we went the second one. It is a true guilloche, but it's not done by hand, but the quality is good. This one, listen, this thing is the 7727 is not a simple pattern. I know we discussed that there's 6 different patterns there, but the corners where these things come together, they cross. They're very complex, and I
Yeah.
was looking at it with my macro lens, and you cannot see any. I didn't see any errors. I didn't see any wrong part. Everything just was done so well. It's just amazing, and that's why I call it the Wonderland. And
Yeah,
the
I
way
think
the
it's even
light
more.
bounces off of it, it's just amazing.
I think it's more impressive even than a Dr. Pepper.
Since you guys are talking about guilloche, which is, by the way, French for gear shaft, I dropped in the link, the private chat, to the latest watchmaker that's being heralded for their guilloche. It's that Chinese brand called Ren.
Atelier
I
One.
believe.
Atelier
Yeah.
One.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And so they, and now Watchbox, or 1916 Company, is now doing videos about them. And they have in China, apparently, they're the first watchmaker with actual hand-turned, what do you call those machines?
Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome.
Fast
and
forward to
thanks
like
a lot.
823.
A bit of a treat.
823.
823. Here we go. 8.
Here we go.
This one. Oh,
yeah. These are all on
they're
the. What do
red.
you, yeah. These are all done on the hand machine with the dials.
Oh, fuck! Is
This is a Chinese-made brand. These are under $4,000, and so now they're, yeah. This is like
if you go
the Asian
back,
version of Christian Ward.
if you go back
with
to
quality.
but
80s and 90s, when nobody was really doing guilloche, there was only a handful. Breguet was the one that was keeping it alive, right?
Of course.
I mean,
Of
yeah,
course.
I mean, and that's why everybody associates guilloche with Breguet, because they kept it alive. They were, they used it throughout.
And these fuckers like Kari Voutilainen came around with their 3 different kinds of guilloche. We'll do waves here and spiral here and something else in this subdial.
No,
What are we
What
looking
the
at,
hell
Daniel?
is that?
it's garbage. Daniel, throw it in the
Garbage.
What is that?
What the hell is that shit?
It's Atelier Wen. It's Atelier Wen.
It
Oh,
is
it
Why does it look
is?
so bad?
No
Yes.
way.
Yeah. This is one of their first models.
What?
And I was a sucker to get it with not their fancy Chinese
No.
movement you see.
Oh, what does it have? Some kind of
It's a porcelain dial. It has this maybe whatever they did for the serpent thing, yin yang thing here.
Daniel, you shocked me.
I love the mic drop.
Daniel is a
Daniel
man
proves
of
he's more
mystery.
of a watch guy than all of us combined.
Oh my
Guys,
God.
Daniel is a man of mystery. He's got so many facets. You have no idea, no clue.
I did not see
But the special secret to this, it's not working.
Oh no,
it's broken.
it doesn't work.
Is it a cheap Chinese shitter?
When did you buy this?
Hold on, Eddie. It's their version of the ETA, kind of, which was supposed to be a good company, but it started. I got to try to get it fixed because the wheels are crammed or something. I was too lazy to get it done. So, but
Have you
no, I
tried
got it a
banging
couple
it?
years ago, a few years ago, 4 years ago. I can't remember.
Daniel, you're full of surprises. Atelier,
Yeah,
you have one.
porcelain dial,
Porcelain.
Sean.
For
It's
how
a porcelain dial.
much did you pay?
I paid
impressive.
$750 or something like that.
$750 for a porcelain dial and not
Yeah.
one movement. I don't
Well,
know. You
I'd have
tell
to
me,
get the
what do you
movement
think? Is
fixed.
that a bargain or is that a scam?
This piece, when it first came out, they were selling it for as low as $450 US. Then they started to get semi-popular, so I was lucky to get it around $750, $800 Canadian. If the movement worked, I'd be wearing it more often, but whatever. It's very nice. I don't think Eddie would wear it, but
That's too nice for me.
Eddie, I'm just picking on you, of course. So
I only wear mass-produced things.
No.
okay.
What do you think about this? Have you seen this watch before, Tim?
I've seen it. I've seen it in like monochrome and Hodinkee, but I didn't know it was actually because I looked at it. I was like, oh, it's just one of those Christian word garbage, and it's also like Tissot PRX. It's too late, right? Like that trend is already that ship has sailed. Okay.
You just dropped your watch, Daniel?
No, I dropped my AirPod.
Yeah.
If you go to 2 minutes, they have an. I know you appreciate packaging, Tim. Right on the dot at 2 minutes. Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
And just play for like 10.
Wow, look at this.
It's a blue lacquered wood box,
Look
and then
at those
look how it opens up.
Wow. Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's a pyramid, and it's got
everything,
and
it's designed to sit like behind your bed on a credenza or on the nightstand. So now it becomes like a presentation thing where you throw your watch in there, you throw your keys into there.
That's all you need.
It's a valet.
Isn't that cool?
It is very cool. It's got your travel case when you're traveling, because this is a luxury piece. This is last watch you will ever buy. Technically speaking, nobody needs more than one watch. So you get it, you open it up like that. You got your travel case there. You got your rest for when you're not
I think
wearing.
1916 company signed a contract to sell like 100,000 of these in the United States. So you're going to see them talking a lot more. I'm just guessing. Right.
Oh, see, should I trade in my Datejust and get one of these? Maybe.
I wouldn't know. It's an attractive looking watch, but so is Christian
How
Ward,
much
right?
is it?
I think it's like 3,500.
35. So with taxes, 4,000. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Servicing that might be tricky because it's a beautiful movement back there, but who are going to take it to get serviced? That's the thing.
this instruction booklet is absolutely hideous. I mean, it
horrendous.
looks like it's just cheap thin paper.
It wasn't made in a communist country. What would you? It
Yeah,
looks
man.
like documentation you would have in the communist country.
Exactly.
Show me
Look
your
at how it's
papers.
printed.
It's
Damn.
really
Hey
bad.
guys,
It's like
can I-
when you buy a swing at Home Depot and you get the Chinese instructions and they're all mistypes, misspellings and everything all over the place. Like it's barely the quality you get here.
32 joules. That's a lot of joules.
Extra thin.
But that watch itself is nice. The presentation
It
parts,
is.
they've done a
Yeah,
great
yeah,
job,
yeah, yeah.
right? So
It's
so here,
cool.
guys, you know, I was spending some time, downtime. I was going through some of the online stuff with watches. Do you know what is one of the nicest watches out there, and especially if you like vintage? If you go to Goldhammer this week has put on their website, and they got a little clip on their video clip of a 1940s Omega chrono, yellow gold. It's 37.5 mil case. That's huge for 1940s. So it's got a modern size case. The dial is original. The hands are original.
Can you
The
pull it up? See?
Goldhammer. It's GOL Goldhammer. And check this out. The movement is the pre 321. So when I was reading it, they were saying Omega went to Lemania and said, "Make a chrono for me." So Lemania made this chrono. They had no idea that this was the chrono that was going to evolve to a 321 and then just impact the watch industry for decades to come. And they have it only priced at $8,600. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous watch.
Which one? Sorry.
It's Goldhammer. Are you okay?
Yeah, I think I'm on.
Yeah, I
It's
don't see it on the site.
Omega. If you go to their website,
okay.
Goldhammer, and then you go to their new watches that are out, and every week they'll put like 6 or 7 or 8 watches that they introduce. And I checked it this morning; it was still available. They always open the case so you can see the movement too, and it's an absolutely stunning piece. It's 1940s, clean, and it's not small. It's 37.5, including the crown. So it's really maybe like a 36.5 just for the case itself. But it's a right size. And it's got square pushers, not round pushers. And according to them, it's all original. If somebody's looking for an old looking vintage Omega chrono, this thing checks all the boxes. And the dial is go down. There's another one.
Yeah.
Go to
Second
you go
page.
down to like I think you go to second page. Did you see it?
Oh no, it's not on the second page. Go back.
And then there's one that says at the bottom it says new arrivals or something like that.
Oh, okay. Let's see here.
And then they'll have a lot of pictures, and then there'll be a little video clip too.
Here, I found it. I'll drop it in the private
It's
chat.
yellow.
Thank you.
Is it the 18 karat pre 321 jumbo 1944?
Exactly. 1940s, yeah.
All right, hold on.
Exactly.
Pull it up, OC. Pull it up.
Private chat.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Whoa. What is this?
Show the pictures and then show the video too. It's just absolutely it's beautiful. Beautiful piece.
Oh my God.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Yeah. It's stunning.
It's stunning. This is gold? Oh yes.
It's gold. 18 karat yellow gold. And again, it's all original. Original hand dial, everything. And they're saying that
look at the pushers, the rounded off square pushers. These are beautiful.
They're saying this is sold, so this is gone.
Oh, it was not sold this morning. I'm not surprised. Man, when I looked at it, wasn't sold this morning.
Oh, speaking of watches, whether to buy or not to buy, one of the viewers got a call, and they're asking him whether he wants this watch.
No.
Why not? Look at it. It's kind of cool. I'm digging it. I'm getting it. I kind of It's a weird one. It's albino rose gold, green, kind of gray. It's not black. It's not blue. It's gray. That's
It's
weird.
offshore, right? It's an
Yeah,
offshore, right?
offshore chronograph for 57,900. He got a call. They said, "Hey, we got a watch for you. Come pick
Yeah.
it up."
Please buy it.
Yeah.
Please.
Isn't it an honor to buy an AP like this? No.
No.
Sean, what do you think? I like it, but I mean,
I'm not
would I
an
use my
offshore
allocation
fan.
for it?
If you have a big wrist, maybe, or if you're an active guy, maybe this one. I mean, here, this one is somebody that wears a lot of Brunello Cucinelli gray and beige, and maybe drives an Aston Martin. Have that
Great.
Italian
Yeah.
flair lifestyle. Yeah, but it's. The offshore kills it for me just because of it's too big. It would be too big for my wrist. But the color combination is cool if that's your style and you can.
It's very
wear it.
specific,
All
right?
right.
It's
Yeah.
a tough one to match.
I'll be looking for an Aston Martin at a toy store about this
Oh.
size.
Daniel, this is a perfect watch for you when
Yeah.
you win the lottery because it's
Well,
got
first,
the braid
no.
to match your hair.
First of all, I just want to go to the Toys R Us and get an Aston Martin about this size at Toys R Us. Then I'll look for the watch.
Yeah.
Well, I'll take a loan out from OC.
Yeah. I mean, here I don't see myself wearing this in Manhattan. I could see myself wearing this maybe if I'm in maybe Miami, or if you ever go to Monaco, somebody that's in Monaco, or but yeah, that it's a beautiful color combination. Again, if you can match it to your lifestyle, it's not bad.
Yeah.
But offshore is not my thing. It's I'm not an outdoors guy, and I don't have a big wrist.
That the area around the lugs, it just reminds me too much of Donald Trump's face. But outside of that,
Oh,
yeah.
Oh.
So this is the Donald Trump of watch. It kind of looks Trumpy. Yeah. No red cap though.
Hey guys, last night, yesterday, after we were out and about, we did some wine tasting. We got back to our room. We were at Ritz-Carlton in Santa Barbara.
Doing some wine tasting. That's nice.
Yeah, it was really nice. Anyways, it was at about 5:45 as it was starting to get dark. There was gusty winds. Power went out. The whole resort.
Oh no!
The power went out. Yeah,
What
so they sent
Is
text.
this Ukraine? Yeah, the power used to go out in my village in Ukraine with the dirt road.
Yeah, so the fireplace went out. Everything just kind of. They sent text that, hey, apologies, we are on it. We'll restore the power. The whole resort was just pitch dark. It was windy. It was raining, and it was just crazy. During the day, it was
power
nice.
on your iPhone, you could at least shine the light, right?
Yeah, no. Do you know what it was? Because we had wine. We had wine and lunch and all that. So when we got home, we got to our room. We were like, we were a little bit tired, and it was it was that good, content, kind of a tired, good feel. So we were on the bed. The fireplace was going. Nice. We had the curtains open, enjoying the scenery and all that. And so we were kind of like comatose a little bit from wine and cheese and. The prosciutto, the ham, and all that. So also when this went out, the thing went out. We just had a glorious 2.5 hours sleep. It was just beautiful. And then when we woke up, the power was on and everything was okay. So it was weird. The power went out.
Sounds
crazy.
Amazing. I mean, that's.
Man, there was some big trees around the not the balcony, but on the window side near where the bed is, and that tree was just like moving, swaying back and forth. It was just amazing how powerful the winds were. Yeah.
Speaking of powerful, but that blue ceramic AP, by the way, remember when Francois Benamias did his farewell interviews?
Yeah.
He did an interview with, I think it was Ben Clymer, and he said that blue was the wrong blue, that they actually wanted a different blue.
Oh.
And this came out wrong, but they're actually going to make the one that he wanted. So
It's going to be a second version of blue.
yeah, it's going to be like a lighter blue.
Oh no.
Yeah. So for those of you who wanted to pull the trigger on this one, but were thinking, you know what, the blue isn't the exact shade I like, don't worry, there's another one coming.
How many of these are out there? 100, or is it like 10?
Limited edition to 35. Everything's a limited. Everything from now on is a limited edition to 30 pieces or 35 pieces.
That's good.
Just make it up. Yeah.
I think that's a good number. The 35 kind of number. It's pretty good. It's kind of keeps things exclusive, keeps things under control. But man, how much? Even the retail of this thing is insane. Right? It's like 150,000, 250,000. What is this? A perpetual ceramic?
Let's see. But that sells for 500,000 in secondary or something like that.
Well, but who buys one? Find me a buyer for 500,000.
I'm a limited edition, and I don't cost anything.
Yeah, see it. Just because Daniel can sell one doesn't mean
that's the question I really want to know: is this sellable in secondary?
Yeah,
I don't think I don't know if these are selling.
Like the only people who would be buying something like this will be the likes of Arnold Schwarzenegger, right?
But why would he pay? Why would he overpay?
Exactly. Why would he overpay? Mark Wahlberg, unless he sees a potential that's going to go up and he wants to flip it, or maybe he just really likes the look of it. But
by the way,
it's weird. Yeah,
I was on YouTube today, and just an old Luxury Bazaar short popped up, like one from 2 years ago, where they were selling. It was 2022, and some guy walked into like IWJG and wanted to buy 3 watches. So he bought 3. The two of the watches that he bought were a 2-tone bluesy, okay, that he bought for $22,000.
$22,000.
And a full gold bluesy that he bought for $55,000.
Oh my god!
Okay, at the beginning of 2022.
It's insane. Prices have really came down. No, see, they really, really came down. People are just not. The same thing happened with the streetwear, with this Supreme, all these companies, right? There were so many flippers, but then when the money dried up in the game, it's just everybody lost their interest, and a lot of people have lost a lot of interest. By the way, here, check this out. Speaking of Luxury Bazaar investors,
I read the article, Tim. Thanks. I did read that article.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, by Usher or whatever his name was. Yeah.
Oh,
David Kushner, not Usher.
Thanks.
Usher.
There I go again.
Favorite. Yeah.
OC, you probably lost your patience with me. I keep mispronouncing things.
No,
but okay, thank you.
Yeah, Usher is really cool, and so was David Kushner in a way. This picture was taken by David Kushner one day before Timepiece Gentleman was arrested. This is at the actual storage locker in Venice, California.
Unbelievable.
But true.
It
looks like he basically took all of his personal possessions, created some racks, and put his clothes in storage bins on the left, his shoes on the right, some old merchandise in the back, and that's it. I mean, that's the storage unit.
Look, these are baseball caps right here on the left with the green little top.
Yeah, he probably has like a few hundred of those.
Yep. Oh, there's his YouTube plaque for 100,000 subscribers. Pretty cool.
There's a fake Louis Vuitton bag on the shelf to the right.
Or maybe real. His sneakers collections, socks, books, literature. Look at this. He's a very well-read guy.
Yeah, he had one of the largest Grant Corleone book libraries
He had
and
the
the West
worst
Coast.
books, man. He read all the wrong stuff. It fucked his brain up.
He has all 12 editions of Let Me Be Me by Grant Corleone.
By the way, hasn't he been bonded with the help of Corleone? Is he's not out of jail or no bonding or
No bond.
Okay.
Well, there's plenty of bonding going on, but not the kind you're referring to.
What watch is he wearing in that? Can you recognize? What is that? That looks like some garbage, no? Or is that something decent? Do they let you keep your watch in jail? Or they take it away?
Yeah, they put it in the property room. They seize it and they hold it for you.
You can't keep your Rolex? What the hell?
It's more like that getting stolen by his, that Tim, his mates, or killing himself with whatever object. You don't want
the irony is prison is one of those few places where you're fine with a one and done. You don't need more than one.
Yeah, exactly. I would love, like, if I feel like if I could keep my Explorer 2 in prison, I could go to prison. I don't care.
Day would be perfect. You'd know the date and the time of the week, the day of the week.
Oh, that's like,
what day is it?
You could
Wednesday.
You could be on schedule. You could
right.
You could do exercise routine. You could be really
Wednesday. Wednesday's the day where we get our 1 hour free in the yard to walk around in circles.
Yeah, you could. Hey, it's exciting.
This is so encouraging. I'm going to go later, guys.
Daniel,
don't go. 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes.
No,
5 more.
Stop it. No.
It's okay.
Good night, Daniel.
Good night. I'll talk to you later.
Well, yeah, it's pretty interesting turn of events there with the timepiece gentleman.
What happened?
Well, yeah, the somebody paid the
what?
Back whatever owed on the locker, so they said they're not going to auction it off. Obviously, someone thinks that maybe there's stuff here that's if it were to come out publicly. Imagine if we bought this locker, OC, because me and Carolyn Martin, we were gonna bid for it.
Sure.
Live there as it happens. We were gonna be there, like, Storage Wars.
Yeah,
500, 600, 650, 700, 850. Here, we would buy it out. We would win it and go through it. There's diaries probably there. There's pictures. There's all kinds of fun stuff.
What they have the watches and all that in there too, or no? The watches
who knows? Imagine.
Right? Yeah,
Imagine
but
if
those
there's
are all
stolen watches. What do you do?
Yeah. You don't want the stolen watch.
Well, no, you return them to the victims.
Yeah.
You just say, "Hey, look at this, victims. I got your watches."
Speaking of watch crime, I did. I dropped a link in the private chat. It is paywalled, so you can't read it, but I could read it for you if you if the audience is interested.
Open it on your. Oh, what is this? The Daily News.
The New York Daily News.
Unfortunately, man shot in an ankle. Ah, damn it.
Yeah, you can't do it. Shot in the ankle. A 35-year-old man was shot in the ankle and robbed of his $42,000 Rolex while visiting his Manhattan tailor.
No.
And unfortunately, later died from a blood clot, according to police.
Are you serious?
Yeah, 2 ex-cons were arrested for shooting him and may be charged with murder if the autopsy determines that the fatal blood clot was caused by the attack. Victim Tobias Savis had gone to the garment district to get his pants altered and was waiting in a hall to enter his tailor on West 38th Street near 8th Avenue. This is we walk by this.
Oh, we'll go there all the time.
All the time. 38th Street near 8th Avenue. Around 1:15 in the afternoon. This was back on January 6th.
I was there last week.
That's right. When the muggers struck, when Savis stepped off the elevator, he was jumped and shot by the pair of crooks who snatched the pricey Rolex off his wrist and ran off with it. A part of the robbery was caught on the elevator surveillance camera. Savis is holding a suit and the suit is in like protective covering. And they get out of the elevator, and then a guy with a gun jumps him. They start fighting, and he was shot in the ankle. And the panicked workers tried to cover up the wound with fabric because they're in the fabric district. He was rushed to the hospital in stable condition, and he was hospitalized. But unfortunately, he died after a month later. Now he did die of a blood clot after the shooting. So
Poor guy.
That's
sad.
just
That's crazy. That's
What
crazy.
the fuck? Dude, it's
In
just
broad daylight. Broad daylight.
people will do crazy things for a Rolex. Yeah.
Good news is that we will be putting an end to watch crime soon. We will be making an announcement that we're not prepared to announce today, but Tim Wright is running for mayor of New York City.
Hey, maybe that's the next thing. Hey, Paul Thorpe seems to be pivoting to politics.
That's
So
right.
why not me? Why not?
Hey,
Why
Tim, you become the mayor, which my roommate and I will move back to Manhattan.
We'll be
Let's
promoting
go.
an anti-crime pro Rolex agenda. A
Yo,
Rolex in every pot
Why
for the
not?
citizens of New York City.
Why not? I always wanted to run for politics or something. There's an opening here. I feel like there might be a possibility for me to get in on some
course.
political action.
Yeah, because after all, you want to run so you can serve the public.
Yeah.
That's right.
We've strategically placed some controversial content in the internet. So when there's a scandal, you're going to be able to survive the scandal and be bigger than ever. That's it.
Boom!
This
Exactly.
has all been
You got
methodically
all the
planned.
scandals already out there. That's it.
So-
We don't need to work on it anymore. We can focus on the campaign.
That's right.
I can actually hone my message. Tim Wright for mayor.
Tim Wright for mayor, the right
all
choice.
this.
Hey, Tim, you become the mayor. Diego and Buckley will take care of security
Let's
and
go
police.
politics.
I'll be in charge of transportation. OC, you run the food and beverage. All the
Food and
take
beverage.
care of all.
like the guy from Casino.
Yeah.
I'll do the talk show. We're going to legalize. I don't want to talk too much about the agenda, the political platform on which we're running. But hey, Tim Wright for mayor, the right choice for New York.
Is it
Coming
the
soon.
right choice?
Yeah.
Gonna fucking sweep the election.
Dude, gonna kill it. We're gonna kill
Tim
it.
Wright will bring the right team to clean
That's right.
the swamp.
But I do agree with you. Paul Thorpe does seem to be pivoting to politics.
Yes,
He's found a
100%.
new lease on life as a
100%.
anti-police, anti-crime, anti-veteran crusader in the UK.
It's like pro-veteran, but it's like weird. He just that video, honestly, this one where a patriot is being harassed, it's one of the worst videos I've ever seen in my life. It's so transparent what he's trying to do. And anyways, I already talked about it. I don't know if you want to talk about it, but to me, you know what I want to see? I want to see somebody, because look, in his new image, he's wearing that poppy, and he just goes on about this poppy. All right, he's obsessed with that symbol. Right?
What is it?
And
I don't know what you're talking about. What is that?
you see
The
that on his
poppy, yeah.
breast, the little poppy.
Okay,
Yeah.
what's the thing
Poppy
with that?
flower. Sean, tell him.
Yeah, tell me. What does it mean?
That's I guess like our red yellow ribbon. It's just in
For the victims of crime?
No, this is for their Armistice Day. This is for the
Oh,
veterans and people that were involved in the war. But I have to tell you, I was impressed with the two police officers. They were very calm and civil. If that happened in New York or LA, if you got into the police business, you'll be arrested.
They'll violate your rights in 7 seconds flat. They have no regard for civil rights in
They were
New York
very
City.
civil. They were very calm. They were very respectful. That was impressive, actually.
And Paul was escalating the whole situation. I'm here for your safety. what? Nothing is happening. It's not like they put him in the headlock or in cuffs. They're just talking, and most likely the guy just volunteered to talk to them anyways, and it's just. But
Well,
like,
no, I think the guy said this is not normal, right? Like, why did they pull him? Now here,
well, like, yeah,
there was
I
no
think everybody would
justification.
say.
I don't know what it was. So maybe he does have a point, but I'm telling you, the police were very calm and they were
But
really chill.
but Sean, sometimes you could like when police comes to you and starts talking to you. Sometimes you could say like, "Hey, am I detained? Are you holding me here, or can I just walk
Yeah,
I'll be
away?
back.
Do I have to talk to you?"
yeah, yeah.
And it's probably same thing or something similar happened to that guy, right? Where those police officers came up to him and said, "Hey, can we take a look at that?" He could have probably replied and said, "No, I don't want to show it to you." And they would have said,
Yeah.
I don't know what they would have said, but I don't know what the laws in UK are regarding this stuff. But like sometimes people willingly give up their freedom and they don't
Yeah.
even realize that they start acting like it's all, oh, it's the end of the world. Wait, stop. But all they have to do is just say, like, hey, well, hold on a second. Do I have to talk to you or can I just walk away? Because you could just walk away. If police have no like reasonable suspicion
Right.
to hold you, then if
No
you didn't
cause.
commit
Yeah.
any crime, you could walk away. They have
Yeah.
no right over you. You in fact have right over them because they're working for you.
Yeah.
So, but it's like seeing Paul try to do like a First Amendment audit. It's uh I was just laughing the entire time. So because he didn't get the footage he wanted. He wanted that George Floyd footage. But what he got is just so innocent. And yeah. And by the way, this whole poppy thing, right? You see he's wearing it on the jacket and
Mhm.
stuff. Somebody actually commented on the video and said like that there is an alternate meaning to it. Yeah, but I need to verify it. Double D in the chat. How long till Paul starts wearing Birkenstocks and white robes? Maybe grow a beard and fully embrace being our Lord and Savior. That's good stuff. I like Paul. He's just trying stuff. You can clearly see, he's trying different personas, different angles at doing YouTube. Right, jewelry, it's just not working, Sean. Nobody's buying jewelry. People have really slowed down.
Yeah.
Everybody has built their collections. They need a cool off period, right? They need to
Right.
wear the stuff that they already have
Yeah.
before they buy more.
Yeah. And then for a while they'll run dry and low, and all of a sudden they'll have pent up what do you call it, appetite. And
Hmm.
all of a sudden there'll be a sharp spike in consumption, and you go through these cycles all the time.
Yes,
All the time.
yeah, it's a cycle. And
Yeah.
Paul has realized that, you know what? Right now, there's no money in watches or jewelry. He tried
Yeah.
selling it. He's tried a couple of things. Nothing is moving on his end.
No, listen. Everything goes up and down and then settles
Yeah.
down. Just like with the electric cars right now.
Yeah.
Electric cars in general out there. All the people that were excited to get them and wanted to get them. They got them. Now the demand for electric cars has dropped, and across the board, all the manufacturers they're adjusting their production levels. They're balancing it a little bit less on the electric cars. They're putting a little bit more on the ICE cars, and then things going to start taking a little bit more of a natural, organic rise. But initially, there was a lot of pent up demand, and a lot of people that were consuming these. But now things have settled down, and gradually it's going to go up. It's same thing in watches, same thing
Yes.
in jewelry, same thing in everything.
And also,
You
right now, the focus is probably going to be on the elections.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
coming in this year.
Yeah.
The elections for the president, they're going to be following. This election is going to be brutal. Oh my
Yeah.
God, it's gonna
Yeah.
be a bloodbath. So
It's gonna be tough.
oh
I
my
don't care which
God.
side you're on.
Oh yeah.
I don't care which
Oh
side you're on.
yeah. Yeah, exactly. And because it's so divisive, the two
Yeah.
sides have never been more polarized in history. It's so divided. It's like alternate universes. The two groups, they don't even see the world in the same way. It's like two
No,
completely two different cultures,
no,
Sean. They don't
no.
see the world the same way. Like they have different interpretations of reality,
Yeah.
and it's grim. It's really grim, Sean. But
I'm with you on that.
you know what? Like it's not the end of the world, right? There is a chance that the good guys can win. So
Yeah, as long as the fundamental rights and the system is preserved,
yeah,
everything's going to be fine in the long run.
yeah, the system, right? The
Yeah,
system is being tested right now. It's
yeah,
like oh, it's on the
yeah,
brink. It's on the brink of snapping.
yeah.
And
And then
yeah,
and then after that, then you're going to have, hopefully you'll have new generation of politicians that are going to come, that just like we had in the 60s, and
yeah,
with and then typically, you go through difficult times, then you'll get good leaders showing up out of the need, and that's what you can hope for. But this is amazing that this is the best we have right now as far as options.
yeah,
The options
yeah.
are grim, seriously. But
It
anyways,
is. But like it's
don't
not supposed to be like, oh, a lot of people think about this like just because both choices are kind of bullshit. A lot of people say like, oh, it's morally I can't choose one or the other. But that's not, it's sometimes we have to do things that we really don't want to. Sometimes, it's about minimizing the damage and yeah.
it's just like if you're out there in the woods and
Mm.
all of a sudden you have a huge branch fall on
Yeah.
your leg and breaks your leg, and
Ah!
you're there, and here
Yeah.
are the animals coming. You kind of like, okay, cut my leg so I can have the rest,
Yeah.
survive. I'll leave
Yeah.
half of my leg behind. So it's one of
Right.
those things. But anyways,
Exactly.
it's
Exactly.
it's just the survival, right? But anyways, no, I think everything's going to be fine. It's just, whenever we are in it, we think, whenever you're in a tunnel, you don't see the end of the tunnel.
Mm.
And whenever you think, everything's going good, you think it's going to go good, it's going to be going great forever. It doesn't. Like I said earlier, everything is
Yeah.
cyclical. So we'll
It's
survive
also
this one too.
it's very different, and I'm excited for the next things to come. I really feel like
Yeah,
we're coming to an end of a certain era. There's really
yeah,
we've kind of reached stylistic. There's different, there's styles, there's cycles of different styles, different fashions, right? Like think about it. There hasn't been
yeah.
a comedy film for like 8 years. Sean, like we've come to a kind of the way art is being done, right? Like what Taylor Swift has accomplished, right? We're
Yeah,
really coming
yeah.
to some type of a conclusion here. It's really there's going to be some big change coming up. The way
How do
we
you
do
mean
the
that? How do you mean that? Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, well, think about it, right? The Apple thing that was just released, right? The Apple Vision, the
Yeah,
3D world, right? A lot more things
yeah,
are just so
yeah,
interconnected, right? Everything is just so
yeah,
interconnected, and a lot more things are digital, and their value is like goes beyond just initial purchase, right? The experience goes beyond like the watch is no longer, you're not buying just that watch, right? You're buying a membership, kind of. There's an app. It
Mhm.
The experience is beyond of that just one watch. So I don't know. Everything is being redefined,
Yeah,
and
everything it's no longer about the object. It's about the, like you said,
well,
experience or the lifestyle. Everything has to
we've
fit
got like
in
three
a
companies.
certain. Yeah,
We got like three companies
yeah,
controlling everything, right? So
yeah,
like
yeah,
Mark Zuckerberg, we've got Apple.
yeah.
Yeah. But look, what happened with the TikTok, right? Like, you think how significant the impact, everybody was really afraid of TikTok, right?
Yeah,
It
yeah,
was such a big deal because it's like a Chinese company, right?
yeah,
And then here one studio pulls out, right? And a third of the music that was owned by that was playing on TikTok just disappears. And now
yep.
suddenly all those videos that had the music, boom, they go silent.
Wow,
So a third of the platform you could see like just got stripped away.
amazing. Yep,
Yeah. Holy
yeah,
shit. It makes you think like, okay, well,
yeah,
this company was here today, and then tomorrow we could be doing something completely different, right? Right. Today we're
yeah,
doing live streams. It's fun. But tomorrow we could be doing something completely different.
yeah.
And
You know,
Paul is
you
kind of changing, right? He's
yeah,
going with the motion. He's going with the flow.
yeah. Chinese are right now are uh, the biggest competition and
Hmm.
for the Silicon Valley with the AI and all that, and they have, and it's amazing. By the way, it's amazing with this AI technology because typically,
Yeah.
you would think that they would be writing programs like, okay, do this if this happens, do that. But
Yeah.
what they're doing is how they're teaching the computers is by visually, by video, and
Mhm.
guess how much content, video content of the public there is out there when it comes to China versus US. I mean, they got cameras everywhere, right?
Yeah.
So they are so the computers now when they were showing it, they were, I think this was a while ago on the 60 Minutes, and the computer can detect the
Mhm.
gender, obviously the hair color and all that stuff. It actually reads, and all of this is the computer learning by itself by just feeding the video, just basically viewing the video, learning from the video, the differences, and sort of just getting smarter and smarter
Yeah.
and smarter. But yeah, the Chinese are really going after that AI. And listen, whether you believe it or not, we actually had this discussion with my wife with
Mm.
TikTok. There are certain things that government of China does that, we
I don't
know
know.
the US,
I
at
don't think
least.
AI is gonna work. And then also like the way it's being presented, this type of AI is not really like real AI.
Hmm.
This is more like a really advanced algorithm. AI
Yeah,
is a completely different thing. You know what I mean? Like AI would have like self-awareness. It would know what it is. Whereas this AI, they call it AI. That's just marketing term for it. It's just
yeah.
fucking like an algorithm that does something. Uh, like I don't know. See how writing a poem, or writing a music. I mean, there's some really cool um uses for this, right? Like generating an image.
Yeah,
Um,
but the amazing thing is
but
there's one
yeah,
company, I forgot the name of it. It
yeah,
actually they actually were conversing with the AI,
yeah,
and the
yeah,
answer that the AI was giving to basic stuff. What is love? It
yeah,
was not any. It wasn't pulling like quotes from past and feeding it to you. It was actually generating new concept of what love is or what pain is, and it was coming up with this stuff. So basically, it had been fed all of the stuff, and then it was coming with its own conclusion. You know what I'm saying? So
It's sometimes no, it's like but it's a mathematical type of a formula. Doesn't it? Doesn't it? The way it works, they take the words, and then every like sentence has a number that's assigned to it, and what it does is just basically answers it mathematically without even knowing. See, this AI, the way it gives you the answer is not has nothing to do with whether it knows what what you actually
that
asked.
was this one was different. There
It
was one of
looks
them
at it
was different.
mathematically and then
Yeah.
answers it like a mathematical question, but it doesn't know the meaning. It doesn't know what it's doing.
There was one of them. That was the amazing thing. There was one of them. One of these AIs.
Yeah.
It gave it 3 words,
Yeah.
and 3 words, and then it turned those 3 words to something very sentimental.
Okay.
It didn't say, "Yeah, you're talking about a house with your kids
I
in it."
know.
It actually got very deep, and what it
I
gave
know.
back wasn't anything that was said before. It was
Yeah.
unique. So I get it because
Yeah.
listen, after all, this is a machine, right? It doesn't have a heart, it doesn't have emotions, but the programming that has been done and the way it has
Yeah.
evolved, I guess this thing learns on itself, right? It
Yeah.
has evolved to where it has human like, at least in preliminary maybe, but human like expresses human like feelings and deep thoughts. And here, this is just early on, and that's a concern that with everything anybody can think of, they can say about uh, uh, Musk. Musk is the one that's most concerned with where the AI is going to go and how it's going to impact the survival of the mankind. Where with Larry Page says, "Hey, if the machine, if the computers, the AI uh, uh, ends up basically wiping the world clean of human beings, the human beings become extinct. Well, that's just part of evolution, right? Just like the dinosaurs." Whereas Musk is saying, hold on a second, no, you can't wipe off, you can't be so cavalier about it. You have to have safeguards so that, we preserve the future for the mankind, because everything that he believes in is for the good of mankind. As wacky, as crazy as he is in his interaction with people and all that, the guy actually has a concern about the survival of mankind, and that's why he's going after AI,
There's
because
an interesting quote, Sean. There's a really interesting quote. There's an actually answer to that. There's a follow up to that concern, and it was like one of his friends who said like that basically Elon Musk wants to be the guy who actually saves the planet. Like
yeah,
as
he is.
long as he's the guy.
Actually,
Yeah.
guess why he wants to be able to. This is his vision. He
Yeah.
wants to make sure that there is the human being, his company has the capacity to take human beings, put them into another planet, and allow them to thrive and survive another planet. He's basically thinking about the day that the Earth is no longer a place for human being able to survive. So you're 100% right. I mean, the guy is out there in many things. He's a visionary, whatever you want to call him. But you're right. That is his concern. He wants to be the savior. He wants to be the God for the species, right?
Yes.
Yeah, 100%. That's 100% true. Yeah.
Hey, let's watch this video. This was sent to play for you. Here we go.
Nice
Oh
ride.
yes,
It's the real
I've seen
deal.
that.
100% electric. It's the real deal. Yeah. Thank you.
Of course. Enjoy your coffee. Careful, it's hot.
Thanks.
Your dog's so cute.
Yeah.
Ooh, so adorable.
Yeah,
Wow.
Right. We both know.
It's the man. Makes the clock burn.
You know, you look nice.
Okay. We done?
Hello, Mr. Walken. Does this table work for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did someone say yeah?
Oh.
Don't you got somewhere to be?
Yeah.
Oh.
There's only one Christopher Walken and only one ultimate driving machine. The rest are just imitations.
Yeah, it's a cool piece. Hey, by the way, a little fun fact. Guess what car brand is the most searched car brand on Google?
Ooh, BMW. It's the coolest.
It is.
I mean,
It is.
it's the
It
coolest
is.
car.
We didn't know. They brought it up during the meetings. We didn't know.
It's true.
BMW is the highest searched.
Yeah.
Car
The
brand.
more hideous the designs are, the more people
Yeah,
want to find out more about
that's-
why are they ruining the company?
I love it.
It's the coolest brand. It's
The best
simple as that.
videos on the internet are ones where people take Photoshop and redesign the BMWs to actually look good again.
Yeah, I've seen those. Yeah.
Well,
Lemby.
They do a great job. They
The
do a
Sketch
great
Monkey.
job.
Oh, they were incredible.
Here, I'll pull up one.
But look at that one. That is just. It looks like a monster, right? Like the eyes. Scary stuff.
Yeah. What was that movie that Christopher Walken got famous? They used to have they would put on the goggles. It was, it was the. Do you remember that one, OC? It came out in the 80s. It was a great movie. That was the very first time I saw him in a movie.
No.
It was really, really cool movie. Great actor, man.
What year?
It was in the 80s. I think it was maybe late 80s. It was basically right now what Apple has put out with these goggles. That was put them on, but also you would have the feeling, the senses, the smell, everything, right? And things kind of went crazy.
Brainstorm?
Is that what it was? Yes, I think so.
It sounds like.
I think so. That's it. I think yes. Brainstorm. Yeah, that's the one.
I remember him, Christopher Walken, from A View to a Kill in 1985. He was one of the
James
villains.
Bond.
Yeah, the James
cool
Bond.
villain, man. Cool villain. He looks good. God, how old is he?
Whoa.
Late 70s?
Whoa. This is a good movie.
No, it is a great movie. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to watch it tonight.
That's a great movie.
Yeah.
Especially for back then, man. Especially for 35 years ago, whenever it came out. It was.
And it still looks good today. That's the skill. Certain like the really good movie makers, right? They made movies in such a way that even though they didn't have the best technology, they didn't have 3D graphics, they still done it in such a way that it looks convincing today.
Yeah, it was one of those movies that afterwards you would be thinking about it. The one that made you think the longest, of course, you have the Private Ryan and all that, but it was The Sixth Sense. Sixth Sense was amazing. It was such a great movie. That was such a great movie.
Sixth Sense was wild.
You remember that one, right?
It haunted me as a kid. I watched it when I was way too young. Traumatized really bad.
When did you have the aha moment during the movie, or did you have it after the movie when you found out? Oh shit!
Oh yeah, at the end.
You had at the end. Where at the end? Where at the end?
When I think when he saw like somebody hanging from.
Yeah. When you realize he is the dead.
Yeah.
He's the one that's
He
dead.
was dead this whole time.
Whole time he's thinking that others are
He
dead, but
thought he's
he's the one that's dead.
investigating. He thought
Yeah,
he was
exactly.
going
And
about
they,
investigating this whole time. Oh shit!
yeah,
The
and
reason
yet
he didn't talk.
the kid, he's the only person that actually conversed with him. It was the kid.
Mm.
The kid was the only one that was channeled to be able to see
Yeah.
him and communicate with him. It
Crazy.
was a great movie.
It's good script. You know, that's the art of doing a really good script.
And then you go back and watch it a second time, and then you see how they did it, how you were fooled, and then you don't watch it ever again because that's enough. 2 is enough.
But it's a perfect film.
What did they do? What's going on with this watch? What's happening here?
Oh well, dude,
Why do they keep jamming it against the table?
To show how it's shock resistant.
Oh God.
It's a really, really special watch, man. Oh, see.
Which one is that?
That's the Raúl Pagès. That's the one that won. See, look at that. He won the award for an independent watchmaker.
Oh, I missed that.
Well, who's Louis Vuitton to be giving anybody awards anyway? Think about it.
Well, they're the richest company. You could do whatever you want. In this world, if nobody else is doing it, you could do whatever you want. And they said, hey, you know what? We're a mega corporation. We make $100 billion a year. Let's take $2 million of that money and put on a fancy schmancy ceremony show and say that we're giving awards for the best watchmakers.
Yeah.
That's it. You could do whatever you want.
Do whatever you want. Speaking of fancy schmancy, by the way, I was not invited to the Piaget Polo party last night in New York.
There was a fancy party at the.
There was a fancy party, yeah, to unveil the polo. I wasn't there. I wasn't invited. I was.
You're a potential
travesty. It's a travesty.
It's a travesty.
As a potential customer, they should have been courting you. They should have been sending a taxi. Imagine if Piaget said, "Hey, excuse me, OC, we know that you're an owner of a King Midas watch, and as a client, as a connoisseur of finer watches, we would like to send an Uber to pick you up to a Piaget champagne reception to take a look at the polo." Imagine if they did that. You would have bought the watch.
Possibly.
I think you would have. Because you would have been so freaking shocked. You've been so humbled. You would have wanted to remember this moment forever.
Here, I'll give you a link to the Instagram. I'll drop it in the private chat.
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask you guys a question? What's your feeling about Louis Vuitton and LVMH pushing their way, shoehorning their way into the world of serious watchmaking? What's your thoughts about it?
Oh, I think they oh my God, they're genius. It's like nobody.
In what way? What way?
Well, it's because these watchmakers, they all existed independently, right? Like as different entities. And
I'm not talking in general. I'm not talking about these individual the watchmakers, the independent. I'm just talking about Louis Vuitton doing it under their brand, right? Because obviously their purpose is they want to get into the world of watches, right? More and more, right?
Yes.
Okay, so when they do that, what do they also want? They want to come out with their own watches, collab, or just their own brand, and they want to have a piece of the pie, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so what's your feeling about that in general? I'm not just talking about these guys and promoting these guys. I'm just talking about that whole idea of Louis Vuitton wanting to have a.
So, but I think what LVMH, see, there is a pie in Swiss watch industry, right?
Mm-hmm.
And but what happened was LVMH came in and it's like, ooh, everybody's fighting for that piece of that pie, right? And what LVMH did is they said, hey, you know what? There's another pie, the independent watchmakers market. There's that pie, and nobody is taking. There's all these pieces of different pies. But what LVMH is saying is like, hey, let's take all those pieces, let's buy all of them, and we'll make a pie of our own that we can call. This is a completely our own pie. Look, those guys, they're fighting for a piece of a general pie, but we've got an exclusive pie.
So they want to be the General Motors of all these different brands of cars. They got Chevrolet, Cadillac, Oldsmobile, Buick, all of those, and they put them under General Motors. So Louis Vuitton wants to be the General Motors of the independent watchmakers.
I don't think it's just independence because they have Hublot, Zenith, and Tag Heuer too. So I think they just want to elevate. They want to become more like Richemont and have better brands.
And I'm with you. This is my question. But if they're gonna do that, then why do it under Louis Vuitton brand? That's my question.
Well, technically, it's not. I mean, there's well, they do some things under the Louis Vuitton brand, but they have the actual name of the division is LVMH Watches. So that includes like Daniel Roth and these things that they're doing with the Crivia and the.
All right, I missed that one. If that's the case, then that's fine. Yeah, because I thought they were doing it under Louis Vuitton, and I'm going like, okay, come on. I mean, just like Montblanc making watches. I'm sure their watches are great, but they're known for their writing instrument and some of the accessories. But
they are trying to elevate. They are, as you know, trying to elevate the watchmaking of the Louis Vuitton brand too.
Yeah,
they're trying to. So
I don't know. It's just a little bit too much, I think. You know what happens is when you start mixing on your plate, you start mixing your steak with the salad and the dessert. You let all of them run into each other. It really doesn't taste as good when you have it on separately on each plate. And that's my issue with these brands. They just it's just like putting everything on one plate, and they take everything just get run into each other, and they lose their own identity and their specialness about their taste. You know what I mean? That's maybe I'm old school, but I have a problem with that.
I think it's interesting how these Arnault kids are choosing to spend so much time at the watch brands, it's like a tiny sliver of revenue for LVMH, right? It's like nothing. It's meaningless
part,
but it's the only part that's kind of partly male. Is some of these watch brands. So it's like the guy could be running Bulgari or something important, but instead he's focused on
what is he going to be doing in Bulgari? It's boring. Yeah, it's making another Octo Finissimo.
Well, the thing is, Bulgari isn't watches. Well, Bulgari is Bulgari watches is exactly.
What is he going to be designing? Necklaces? Come on.
Exactly. So they don't want to run those companies because there's nothing male for them. They're going to be designing necklaces and.
It's dumb.
Smart. They have LVMH Watch Week. They have a lot of money, so they can do these marketing things.
They do.
They can convince people over a decade that their watch brands are really good.
Yeah, their scale is their power, man. They got so much money.
And you know what happens when they position themselves next to the best independent watchmaker every single year? When their name, LVMH name, goes hand to hand with the best independent watchmaker of every single year, and that history builds up 10 years, and those watchmakers go on making better watches, and they're forever known as, oh, it was LVMH who gave them that first boost, that first step to becoming a mega watchmaker or whatever.
You know what's funny is it's these independent watchmakers from Roger Dubuis, Philippe Dufour, and all these guys, Daniel Roth. There were a handful of them. That's why they were special, right? But now you got so many of these independents.
So many,
It's like a dime a dozen, and I mean, the interest is gone. So it's like, it's just like, my God, what is a factory of putting out independent watchmakers? It's just, in fact, serially they're putting out these watchmakers. It's just like, it's crazy. And the thing is, each of these guys, there were a few of them because ideas are rare. Fresh ideas are rare, right? So that's why there were a few of them. You can't have all of these guys, and every single one of them has a groundbreaking, fresh idea. It becomes very commercialized. It becomes gimmicky at some point, right? I'm not saying that they all are like that. A lot of them probably are. They're trying to put out a great quality with a little bit of their own DNA. Most of them seem like they want to do it at a reasonable price, not at a high exclusive price. But when LVMH gets involved, guess what happens to the price? Goes up, right? It just gets pushed up.
600,000. But that's because it goes up because what it does, it basically gives that watchmaker access to some of the wealthiest people that
Exactly.
shop at Louis Vuitton.
And where is that money funneled to? Not just to the independent watchmaker, but
Louis
LVMH,
Vuitton,
everybody. Yeah.
Well, what Sean, what it does is like Louis Vuitton has these loyal followers,
Right.
that spend millions at Louis Vuitton. Like every year they buy everything, right? They buy literally everything. They got their whole houses decked out, right? They wear head to toes Louis Vuitton, right? They're wealthy, and I've seen some people like that on Instagram, right? And what it does, and then when Louis Vuitton tells those people, hey, Rexepi is the winner, and those people, I mean, they just blindly buy everything anyways. Then they just go and say, hey, I'm buying Rexepi because that's Louis Vuitton. They're not buying Rexepi because he's Rexepi. They're buying it because they're Louis Vuitton loyal followers, and they're buying that.
The ultra rich is buying that quiet luxury brand, right?
Yeah.
And Louis Vuitton has become one of those. And again, you guys have heard this. This is not to put anybody down, but it's gone from a really luxurious brand, still a very luxury brand, but to a brand that the secretary and maybe mid-level manager would be able to afford, and they carry. I mean, if you have not even managerial levels, they have Louis Vuitton a wallet. It's an aspirational brand. That's great. But that ultra luxury, high end, they actually go somewhere else.
Yeah. Oh
To
yeah.
the Louis Vuitton. But this whole thing is, these independents coming out. It's just about, they've just, it makes sense with LVMH doing it under their umbrella. Now they got a little bit of niche. They're putting all of these guys there, and as you said, they funneled their buyers into these brands, and all of a sudden now also they have a niche market with all these low production, but the quality of the watch doesn't come up. The price will come up, the quality and specialness of the watch doesn't come up. Maybe it is low number, but if they're going to do it at that scale, doesn't mean that necessarily the quality of the watch and there's any groundbreaking thing that they're going to do that's going to come out. It's just, hey, this is mainly it's a marketing ploy, the way I see it. To generate more dollars. That's what it is.
It's they're paying for legitimacy. This is what they're doing, is they're spending this money because they have a lot of money. They're making a lot of money in other sectors, and they're thinking, hey, we could develop watches as another sector, or that could be extremely profitable. And I think they're already really profitable in watches, but they want to be not just profitable. They want to be like the likes of Patek. This is Louis Vuitton. They have they want to be number one. This is about beyond.
Let me just say this: Patek One thing. With Patek's and Vacherons and APs and all that, those brands are beyond just passion, right? Your Daniel Roths, Roger Dubuis, Philippe Deforge, great watchmakers with great passion. Their formula for LVMH, for this umbrella with all these guys underneath, sounds like zero passion. It's all about business, and it's all about marketing, and it's all about generating dollars. And if that's the case, they'll never become Patek. Patek and Vacherons
No,
and
but there's
Breguet, their history has carried them to where they don't need that life jacket called passion. They don't need that. They're already established. They're etched in stone, and they're grails, right? But it's just the rest of these brands that they started. They start from nothing. They start with passion and so forth. But what Louis Vuitton is doing has nothing to do with passion. Zero passion in it. It's just dollars. It's just marketing. So it's interesting to see where it goes.
No, Sean. I think they're showing restraint. This is by doing this, saying that all this money that's generated from these sales is going to go to charity. That's going to create more watchmakers. This is a show of restraint. This is Louis Vuitton saying, "Hey, we're not greedy. Look, we could do a couple of years with donating all the profits, but donating back into
But it brings legitimacy to their
and it gives
brand.
them legitimacy. So they're very
So
smart.
that's
You see, they're
it's smart. At the
politically,
end,
they're
it's all
so
about money.
smart.
At the end, it's about money. And here's the
Yeah.
thing: Resheppi, the watch that he made for LVMH. Okay, some people may love it. It's one of the ugliest watches I've ever seen. if Resheppi came out, that was his first watch, he would be done. He would be a one watch guy, and that's it. He would be gone. All right. And again, I may have a lousy taste in it, but I don't think I'm alone.
Oh,
okay.
that's
And I
brutal.
heard Diego talk about that. Okay, so it was a prototype, but even if it was a prototype, you're supposed to put out a clean product. It sounds like it was, rush, get this product out because you got this mega buck backer that wants this watch out. And there was no passion. I mean, is there passion in that? Do you sense passion in that watch? No, Resheppi's other watches that you guys were talking about with Tim G, I really like that. I mean, there's something there. There's something there that's enjoyable and lovable and exciting. But the other one was just so, I don't know, so mechanical. It's just factory, stamp it out, put it out. Anyways,
I agree.
Hey, is that Tim? Are you back on?
That is. That's Tim G. Just hanging
Tim
out.
G.
So real quickly, rumor has it, and this is a rumor that what is it? That LVMH tried to buy Patek like twice, and didn't succeed. And obviously, Patek's not for sale. But
God bless them. God bless the Stearns.
I agree.
Maybe they lowballed them.
My God,
I don't think they lowballed them. I think they offered them because really, if you think about it, they've got everything except for like a marquee brand.
The last thing, Tim G, I want to see is Patek Philippe handbags and briefcases. That's the last thing I want to see.
Yeah, that's exactly.
It's a good idea. Actually, it's a good idea.
Or pens.
Yeah, well, I mean, once in a while they'll do a little something novelty with the lighter or stuff like that, and once in a while they may come out. They'll do a tie, but that's not their business. They are timepiece makers, and the problem is these guys want to make. It's just like if you go to McDonald's and you have McDonald's serve you the hamburger, the fries, and all that, and then all of a sudden they give you Chinese food. Next to it, they'll give you kebabs.
No, I agree with you.
And they give you pizzas. Come on.
I agree with you. And a matter of fact, McDonald's actually during COVID they downsized their menu. They used to have salads and things.
Oh, they had those wraps,
and they got rid of them because they weren't profitable, and also they couldn't get them out quick enough. So you can go to Wendy's and get like a Southwest salad or whatever, but you can't.
Ew.
No, you can no longer go to McDonald's and get a salad. They're down to like their core stuff, and that's
Yeah,
what.
my wife, Kimchi, my wife just said, yeah, it just sounded like a cheesecake factory. Where you go, you have a lot of
Yeah,
choices, but you don't have anything great, and that's the problem.
exactly right. That's exactly. I don't know how Cheesecake Factory has that large menu. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I mean, they're mediocre, they're okay, nothing horrible, but nothing
B.
stands out.
Yeah,
and
that's
that,
exactly
and that's
right.
and that's what happens when all of a sudden Louis Vuittons get into watchmaking. That watch is not going to be anything great. It's going to be it's there, but nothing great. Do we need another in there at high price?
No, I agree. I'm not a Louis Vuitton fan anyway, so whatever.
But look at this. I mean, they've got some artisans working for them because this is some next level stuff. You know, I mean, I'm sorry, guys, but this is truly like Jacob. You know, this is level with Jacob and Co. Right?
Yeah,
Way
but
over the
you would never see one of these
Yeah.
on a serious watch guy that knows about watches. You'll never see it on their wrist or in their possession. They'll instead of buying that, they'll rather go get I don't know, something at the high, very high end Patek or Lange or some, maybe Richard Mille, but yeah.
Look at this.
I
This
don't
is
know
the
who would buy
only
that.
one.
Who would buy that? I mean, who would
A
really?
rapper. This is so cool.
Someone that likes Einstein.
A museum curator.
A museum curator. I would wear this. I would. This could be my.
You stick with that purple Hublot.
Oh my god, these are ugly. Is this stuff? Oh wow, what the hell? There's weird stuff, you know. They're Louis Vuitton. They're playing hard. Okay, they want to take this thing seriously, and yeah, they want to become respectable in the watch industry. Okay, everybody was making fun of them for the past 20 years. Do you understand?
Can I tell you? Can I tell you
Yeah.
something? It's I totally get it, but it's something like if you get somebody in here, I'm not about classism or anything like that. It's like you bring somebody that doesn't have taste, and they want to go to let's say they want to go to a very high level residence, and they build this Mac mansion with ugly pillars and all that. Yeah, they're there. They bring attention, but they look out of place there. I mean, this stuff is garbage. This stuff that they're making, and the real high end.
You see it, Sean? They want to change the course. They've been misled, and this is why when Jean Arnault joined, he started the school, and then now they got an advisory board. They got people who are sensible. Okay, at Louis Vuitton now, and they're gonna try and change the course, correct everywhere where they screwed up, and fix everything, and do it correctly, do it properly.
So Sean, you actually do have a piece owned by LVMH. That's
you do?
Yeah, he's got a tag. He's got that Hoyer.
Yeah.
He's got the fancy Hoyer. That's beautiful.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like what they're doing with that brand, the Tag Heuer, and the watches that they're coming out with, they're doing a great job within the framework of Tag Heuer watchmaking and all that. They're doing a great job. In my opinion, they're going the right direction, and I hope somewhere down the line they'll just drop the name Tag and just go with Heuer.
I agree.
But then when you're talking about LVMH, listen. They can make fashion watches. That's great, but then when they bring all these independents, again, hey, they have the money, they have a vision. Whether I see the vision or I see it and I don't agree it, hey, that's my problem. It's not theirs. I'm just saying, I wish they would allow these name brands, such as Mont Blanc, such as Hermes, such as whatever brand it is that made the reputation over a century and a half of craftsmanship, and they have their own identity. I hope they don't water it down just because of commercial interest and just make everybody make everything. All right. I just hope they don't go that way. It's just like if you go to Lowry's, or if you go to a great steakhouse, and all of a sudden starting tomorrow, you see that steakhouse has everything else on the menu from all over the world. It loses specialty. Now they're not a special. They don't have a specialty. They just make everything for everybody. And when you do that, you lose a little bit of that passion, the novelty, the exclusiveness, and the love for that product that's coming out. Again, I'm a romantic. I'm a old old world kind of a thinker. But that's just my take on it.
Yeah, I mean, I think Arnaud is doing pretty good job. But you know what? Look, whether I asked the question earlier in the show, in the beginning, whether Reshepy sold out. Did he sold out? And yeah, the answer is yeah. Yeah, guys, he definitely did, right?
I think he did, but if you were offered that much money, you probably would too.
You would.
Yeah, well, you
really
would do that. Yeah, 100%. You can't blame that guy. He's a young guy.
Yeah.
He's young. As a matter of fact, when you did the interview, I think it was you that did the interview at Dubai, wasn't it?
Yeah.
With him?
Yeah.
There was something missing. I don't know if he was super tired or not, but he wasn't.
Oh, he was exhausted.
He wasn't dynamic. It wasn't like, oh my God. I mean, look at Flip to 4. He's well into his 70s, and when the guy starts talking about watches, you feel like he's still in his 20s. It hits something, and he just rejuvenates and starts talking about it. But when you talk to Reshepy, it was like,
Yeah, but he was very concerned whether people, I think, whether people gonna know or not. But it was not a very obvious way, right? Because all of it is like, oh, it's for charity, so it's like he's doing it for charity. He's getting like it's like a prize or whatever. So it's technically to help with his company. And
that
he's
watch
like,
was hideous. That watch was terrible.
Can I tell you something? If LVMH wants to do charity, go do what Rolex is doing. Quietly give your money away.
Yeah.
Do good stuff with it.
Yeah, but they wanted it to be loudly because it's all about
Yeah, but
optics.
this is not about charity.
It's
This
theater.
is about marketing. This is all marketing.
It's
this
all
is not about
theater.
charity.
It's theater.
That's what it's. Smoke and mirrors. This is what it is. Number one is marketing. And hey, not a bad thing also if we do some good. But if you really want to do charity, all that money you're investing in marketing, this and all that, put that towards charity. They have all the money in the world. Rolex is doing it, and they don't talk about it.
Yeah, Rolex is also.
People don't know. A lot of people don't. The average guy out there doesn't know how much money Rolex is giving away for charity. All right.
Yeah, they don't brag.
They don't. They don't brag because it's not marketing.
They're humble. They're really
it's
humble.
marketing.
They do. Their
It's
YouTube
not
channel is
marketing.
YouTube channel is full of their philanthropic endeavors.
Yeah. But they're not. They don't scream at the top.
But they don't go and say they do it. You've never heard.
They do it
Rolex
really
say,
subtly.
We do this. We're feeding people. We are doing it. They don't
It's
do
like,
that, right?
hey, because people always ask, what the hell is Rolex doing? So yeah, they'll make a clip here or there, like, hey, by the way, hey, we were somehow involved in this. We were somehow involved in that. Whatever. Yeah. So it's kind of nice. It's nice. But yeah, I think also because they're nonprofit, they're probably not paying taxes. So
Sure.
they're saving just so much money.
Sure.
Yeah. So, anyways, but hey, the winner. OC. What do you think? What do you think about
It's an
this?
okay watch, but
Wow.
again, he's the industry darling. We all knew
I didn't
that.
know this guy was the darling.
Yeah. As a matter of fact,
Well,
when
he
we were
was the darling.
when we were in Geneva, I think it was Sven Anderson who hinted that he would be doing a collab with Raúl Pagès, I believe. I'm not sure if that ever came out, if they ever collaborated together. I don't know if there's anybody in the chat who knows, but I thought that was
Wow. And what was he gonna do? Make the dials for?
I have no idea.
Okay. Or the movement. Oh, maybe the movement. Because I think this guy is known for the movement. Look, he's got a really unique escapement. It's a completely different take on an escapement. Just the way, well, whatever. I'm not a technical guy, but the way the entire escapement works, where the power is transferred from, you know, I
Yeah,
don't
see,
know.
Raúl was part of the AHCI. You know that event that we went to with who were the guys? Anderson was there, and Konstantin Chaikin was there. He was also
Oh, yeah.
there. He's on the board of that little group, the AHCI. Yeah.
Wow.
So he was already making moves on the inside.
But
I
I
don't see any.
really
I don't see
thought
anything special.
Simone
I don't
Brett.
see anything.
I really thought Simone Brett was gonna be the winner because Simone Brett's watch
The
was
guy
the
he already won something. He right?
What did he win?
Simone Brett won like a GPHG something.
Yeah, but GPHD is nothing. Yeah, he did win the GPHD, but
And Recep won in 2022, and Simone Brett won in 2023, right?
huh?
Recep won like the best men's watch for GPHG in 2022. And Simone Brett won like best independent watch or something like that for 2023. I think, if I
Wow.
recall.
Okay. Now check this out. As a reminder, the RP1 regulator a detente is one of a rare wristwatches to be fitted with a detente escapement. What the fuck? Because
No idea what that means.
Higgins knew what it was, and he says
Okay, he knows everything.
detente escapement, a technical solution that is often considered a grail of chronometry. What? A grail of chronometry? The watch itself is presented with a minimalistic, modern, and yet elegant design, and the steel case housing an extremely clean dial with regulator display. But that doesn't really
A lot of
explain.
big words that I don't really
Yeah,
understand.
lots of bullshit. But oh my god, it's different. It is different escapement. And actually, I've seen like side images. It's I think it even has like some kind of a spring. See, it has two hairsprings. You see this shit? There's a small hairspring here, and the big one on the other side. So what is this all about?
Yeah, we need someone who knows about watches to actually
Yeah.
help out.
Higgins, hop on the stream. Explain this to us. How does this work? I want to know. Oh, actually, hold on. We can also
We could actually
Yeah.
read for a change. Nah,
we
it's boring.
can actually oh look at this. We could go to an article where they talk a little bit more about the movement, and as you can see here, you can see his different models that I guess he released in the past. Wow, look at that. You can see here the escapement. You see how it's weird. It's completely
No,
different.
we're looking at the article.
Oh, you can't see anything. Oh, here we go. Here. You see that? Boom. Look
Yeah.
at that.
I don't know what I'm seeing.
Exactly. but it's not. It's a completely different escapement than in any like Rolex, Patek, Vacheron. This is non-standard. I don't know if I like this because it means proprietary parts, and proprietary parts means you have to send it back to the watchmaker, and if you have to send it to the watchmaker, that means he can't go out of business, which means, man, you better keep buying his watches so that he doesn't go out of business, and that if anything happens, he can service your watches. And yeah, it's just, you see, it's just too much pressure.
You know what I think when what pops into my head when someone says they've invented like an improved spring or a massive revolution in escapements or
Silicon hairspring.
Yeah, you know what I think? Unproven. That's what pops into my head. Unproven, unreliable technology.
Did you see the titanium hairspring from Omega? That was supposed to revolutionize the planet. And what's happening with that? Are they working or not?
It's still there. I don't think it's.
Let's
I
try
don't
to
remember. I don't think it was titanium. I can't remember what it
Omega.
was.
What were they called? Omega.
It was called the.
What was the name of the hairspring, guys? Come on. Somebody give us a name. Okay.
It's called the Spirate.
Oh, Spirate system. Here we go. Okay. Omega Speedmaster. Spirate.
Spirate.
There we go. Spirate system. What in the world is
We're looking at the other
Spirate
page. We're looking at the other
system?
tab.
Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Yep.
There's no good video. You see this? Revolution. First look. Part 2. Is there a good video? Is this first one? Monochrome. What do you think? 4 minutes? That's Tim Mossel, right? What the hell?
A tiny device that makes a massive change. This is how Omega teased its latest technical development and the watch to house it. Today, we'll be talking true watchmaking technology.
I'm excited. Wow, Spirate technology.
Can you hear
One part watch, one part technical innovation. Meet the new Omega Speedmaster, Super Racing, and Spirate system. Omega 5 seconds a day. With the new development named Spirate, the brand sets a new standard. We're talking about enhanced accuracy thanks to a fine-tuning system, allowing...
what do you think about this stuff?
It's got a knob that you can turn. So instead of 1 second per day, it's half a second per second.
Does that actually work? How would that even work? So it's like easier for the watchmaker to tune it?
Exactly.
Going to adjust the movement in increments of only 0.1 seconds per day.
And
overall, it results in an accuracy between 0 and +2 seconds per day. Now, how is that possible? The Spirate system is composed...
Look at that. Look at its shape. This was created by AI probably. Like optimized, like perfectly optimized, and then 3D printed. Because look at the shape. Like there's no way humans came up with this shape. It's all weird. I don't know. But and then it's got these weights on 4 sides.
Composed of a silicon hairspring with a new geometry. It features an articulated structure that
Whoa.
allows the watchmaker to act on the stiffness of the
So it's like in 3D, you can adjust it.
Hairspring attachment point. This is done through an eccentric...
This is all a bunch of nonsense. You know that. They fucking buy a quartz watch. Quartz is way more accurate. What is all this bullshit?
I can't believe they're doing this. Like what? Why?
This contributes to nothing. This contributes nothing to. It contributes nothing to humankind.
Yeah, I know. Right?
I mean, this is like you're not gonna be able to take this technology and put it in the space shuttle, or whatever. It's like it's like we spent millions of dollars. You know what? The watch is 0.1 second more accurate. Who gives a fuck?
That's what I thought. But apparently
nonsense. This whole hobby is ridiculous.
OC, calm down.
Just get a quartz watch if you really care about accuracy. Jeez.
Relax, OC.
Got a phone. The phone is linked to the atomic clock.
I have a collection of watches, OC. Let me pretend.
So stupid.
Let me live a dream. Come
I look
on.
at the watch. Is it on the right minute? Great. It's accurate.
Oh, this hobby. I love this hobby. You know, it's the
Does it
best.
stay on the right minute 2 days later? Yeah. Okay, good. Most of us put the watch down and pick up a different watch. You have to wind it anyway.
Yeah.
This whole idea of the watch being accurate, just
I
complete
don't
fucking
put
horseshit.
watches anymore. I just wear them. I just love the weight. I'm used to the weight. If I don't wear it, I feel unbalanced.
Well, you're unbalanced in many ways, Tim. So,
yeah. But wow, I mean, and it's not like none of the enthusiasts wants this one, you know, with the date. Everybody wants the 3861. If they did spy rate 3861, maybe that would be cool. But
spy rate 3861,
I
1861,
need more to-
861, 611. None of these numbers mean anything. It's like, how does the watch look? How does it fit? How does it feel? Yeah, does it have a cool movement? Fine. But this whole like this innovation to create a silicone hairspring. Oh, it's blue. Oh, what the fuck out of here. We've reached diminishing returns, guys. The point of diminishing returns in watch accuracy. As a matter of, look at Grand Seiko. They had spring drive, okay, and people said, yeah, we don't want that. Can you please come up with an automatic movement? Can you come up with a regular mechanical? We don't like this innovation that makes the watch accurate. You know, they have to pivot and backtrack. They're like, yeah, well, listen, we know that spring drive's better, but these fucking watch nerds are so hung up on purely mechanical movements that we'll backtrack. We'll give them fucking dog shit. You know, if they want to watch it 7 seconds a day, fine. Take that, suckers. Buy that instead. This is fucking horseshit. But at least Grand Seiko is being forced to put out inferior technology because of watch goons like the people watching this show. Like, oh, there's better escapement. Shit. You can fine tune the accuracy to 0.1 seconds per day. I mean, get fucked.
God damn it. The heating, my God, it's so hot in the apartment. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I'm dying over here.
I was just saying when you were gone, Tim, it's like this whole thing with this focus on dramatically improving spending millions and millions to improve the mechanical watches. Spring drive is way better than any of this nonsense. And Grand Seiko.
FP Jorn.
Hold on a second. But hold on a second. But Grand Seiko, yeah, but FP Jorn but Grand Seiko's like, listen, no one's buying the spring drive. Fuck it. We have to put out an inferior product to pacify these fucking watch nerds. We'll put a regular mechanical movement with a fucking rotor.
They took
instead
a
of spring drive
back.
Had to take 2 giant steps back because it's got an oscillator.
See, everybody was racing, and Grand Seiko just like ran so far ahead of the pack but the general public is like not in that place.
So, hold on, we don't want that much accuracy.
Yeah, it's too accurate.
Too accurate. And it's like, oh well, we want accuracy, but if it means taking a fucking silicon spring and winding it up differently, that's what we want.
The accuracy has to be in this between 1 second and 0 seconds, but it can't be 0 seconds. Come on, that's too many zeros.
Oh, so if you show me Raúl Pagès or whatever the fuck, oh look what he did with the escapement. I don't give a fuck. To me, a new escapement means unreliable, unproven escapement. That's what I mean. That you just replace your innovative with unreliable and unproven.
They can't. Where are they? I haven't seen any. Oh, see, it's just like the IWC Ingenieur. It was way too much work for them. I think they weren't ready to produce those, and by the time they released them, right now they can't sell them. Like you would have bought one.
So
they had
I
you.
would have. I would have been forced to buy one.
They had you. And now, where? You don't have one. Are you gonna get the titanium one?
But speaking of titanium, did you
Are you
cover
gonna
the
get the
titanium?
green one?
The green. I have a deposit for the green one. Everybody knows that.
Are you gonna get it?
Am I gonna get it? If I'm offered it, I have to buy it because I have a deposit for it. Did you cover what? Did you cover the thing that I dropped in the private chat? I'll have to drop it again. Hold on.
Drop it again.
Yeah.
Drop it again.
You may have covered this, but
Stay YouTube.
boom, dropped again.
I had to redesign a new BMW.
No, all the way at the bottom. All the way at the bottom.
Wait, what is this? A secret message.
Not WhatsApp, private chat.
Woo! Oh my god. We have an unboxing soon. Oh my god. Private chat? Where? Where's private chat? You didn't put anything.
It's all the way on the bottom.
The bottom one most? The Zenith? Oh my god. Yes. No, we haven't reached it yet. This was the topic I wanted to talk about today. Holy shit. This one? No?
Yeah, this one. I mean, you mentioned
Holy
titanium. You mentioned
yeah. The titanium.
This is the
Entrepreneur.
latest. This is you mentioned titanium entrepreneur. So like this is the latest in absolute nonsense that
Zenith is just copying everything.
But they're not. They're responding to the dumb watch community.
Every
they keep saying, "Oh,
trend.
titanium is the future. It's so light. It's so this. It's the new premium material." Guys, you guys are the ones causing the watch companies to come out with titanium watch after titanium watch. So blame yourselves. There's nothing about this. This is about this trend that's good.
Oh,
I want a heavier watch. I want my watch is jewelry. I want yellow gold. I want platinum. I don't want a lighter watch.
Yeah.
That's dumb. Why would I want to show off a lighter watch?
Oh my god, that's funny. Oh my god,
It makes it feel like plastic. If I want a lighter watch, I have a fucking Blancpain swatch I could show you. That's light.
Unbelievable. I mean, look,
you can't blame these guys for doing what the market is telling them to do.
See, if this is just a little bit. This just pisses me off a little bit because we just came from a Zenith event, which was really nice. I think it was
boring.
Way too classy. Well, it was too classy. Too classy. It was like 1920s classy. A little bit.
The content was bad.
School. Yeah, old school, like pre-entertainment days. Back when people were just. It was man against man for survival. There was no fun. Yeah. But this watch is pretty cool.
I mean, they're milking the Chronomaster Sport for all it's worth.
But look, at the event, you know what they said? Zenith is innovative. They're innovating. But here, they just look like they just jump on every single trend. Every trend, people are doing green, Zenith green. People doing rainbow bezel, Zenith rainbow bezel.
Look, they even copied the fucking
platinum with ice blue.
They even copied the look of the Oyster Flex strap. I mean, it looks like exactly like a fucking copy of it.
It's every amazing.
It looks, but blame yourselves. This isn't their fault. This is you, because you are the one forcing them to come up with these premium materials, these looks.
But in all honesty,
Tim, you're the biggest.
This is a fucking kick-ass watch.
I know it kind of is, and I knew you would like it because it has a titanium bezel.
This would last a lifetime.
Yeah.
Titanium bezel on a pin buckle. It's my dream watch. OC.
I think it also comes with an inferior titanium bracelet as well. See,
it's my dream watch. Oh my god, look at that.
No, you're the one who said, listen, if they came out with a Daytona with a steel bezel again, I'd be all over it. Right?
See, I love it.
So here you go.
I love it. I really do. It's amazing. OC. OC.
Mm-hmm.
This watch. Wow. They really knocked it out of the park. It's blatantly corporate cash grab, and it's disgusting, but I still love it. I could see past all the grubbiness.
I can see why you like it because it has the radial brushing.
Brilliant idea.
Has the radial brushing like your Explorer 2.
Yes. It's like Explorer 2. It's like if Explorer 2 was
Had a
legally
chronograph. Yeah.
a chronograph. Oh, you knocked it out of the park. Yes. I love this watch, OC. Wow. Are these limited or are they going to be like
No, I think this is
60%
They want to
off?
sell as many as they can make.
Ooh.
If these are 25% off soon, like within 6 months or a year, they'll probably sell pretty well.
Oh, see.
At 8,000 or 7,500 or something like that.
I love this watch. I love this watch. It's really nice. Yeah, this is really cool. See, if I wanted a Zenith, right? Because there's, if you want to consider yourself a true watch collector, at one point or another, you should have an El Primero in your collection, at least for short time, or to keep. But most people, even OC has a Zenith El Primero. Everyone has to have. But it's boring to just get that base model one. Okay, if it's just too standard, maybe sometimes it's a little bit too boring. So it's cool. OC has a two-tone one. That's an interesting take on a Zenith. And this is brilliant, OC. The green one. What was that? What was the green one called?
Well, there was one. It was named after the Aaron Rodgers. Was the first one, and then they came out with a second one, which was better with batons instead of. Yeah.
I don't know. One was limited edition. The other one is just a standard release. What the hell? But they're all different, right? They're different takes on tried and true formula. Just a little different flavor, different spices, right? Different sides in the drink. So interesting. This is one of the cleanest examples, though. I would buy this like that in the snap.
Yeah, show the audience some different pictures.
I have hope. That might still be hope, OC. What's the price?
The price of this particular one is under 11,000 for the rubber strap.
What? Under 11,000?
Yeah, I think it's 10,900 for rubber and 11,400 for titanium bracelet.
Wow. I mean, these brands respond to Rolex very quickly. I bet the other brands are just going to go through their entire catalog.
Who was the brand that first pioneered titanium?
Who's the first one?
Yeah, I'm asking in the chat. Like Hublot was like the first with ceramic, right? Like pioneering ceramic or rubber straps, making rubber premium material.
It might be like IWC.
Yeah, who's the brand that's best known for pioneering ceramic watches? Because I think they should start getting more credit. And don't give your business to don't even give your business to Rolex. Give your business to the companies that really are experts in titanium.
Here we go. Oh, shit. You know what? According to Google, Citizen, the Japanese brand Citizen, is a pioneer in manufacturing of titanium watches. Back in 1970s, they presented the first watch made from the material. Titanium. Okay. But beyond that.
Yeah, what about a premium brand?
right. Luxury brand.
Yeah.
Damn it. Best titanium watches. That's not it. Okay, I don't know. What? Oh, maybe Swiss brand. Maybe first Swiss brand. I don't know. First.
Yeah, that way we can exclude the Japanese.
I know, right? Like, oh, Porsche design. Higgins' watch. Holy shit, that's right.
Oh, really?
The
1980.
Porsche. Yeah. Yep. The Porsche
Oh, that's a good point.
IWC Porsche design that was blacked out titanium. That was the first of the Swiss to have the titanium. That's why also Higgins wanted to get it. What a coincidence.
Yeah. Prada 38.5 says also Chanel is well known for ceramic watches as well. It's true. The white ceramic and the Chanel. What's the name of that one? The J12 or something?
The Submariner. Oh, sorry. I'm just calling it, but it's the real name. Yeah. It's too blatant, guys. I'm sorry. It's too blatant.
The Chanel feels like plastic. I've tried it on before.
I really don't like the texture because it's like so soft.
It's shiny. And soft.
Whereas AP is heavy. It feels dense and sharp. It feels like steel. Whereas Chanel feels like plastic. I don't know. Do they scratch? It's not supposed to scratch, right? Because ceramic is like very resistant.
I don't know. I'd like to know if my ceramic bezels don't scratch.
Yeah. Anyways, this is pretty cool watch. Pretty freaking cool.
Can you show some different pictures? Different pictures?
Yeah, sure. Okay. All right. Whoa. Holy shit.
It's very monochromatic. They got rid of the typical dark blue. And
I like it. That's the complaint that a lot of people have. The subdials are too colorful. And here, they're very subdued. So it looks perfect. Oh, see, this is it. It's a perfect chronograph. Holy shit.
You see these in the case and they're smaller than you think they are. You look at it, oh wow, that's a big watch. It's too big. It's like, nah, same size as a Daytona. Maybe a smidge bigger because it's a little bit thicker.
Yeah, look at the brushing. Oh. See, Daytona. By the way, you can't get Daytona like this anymore. There's no more steel bezel. And what was I looking for? Oh, see, think about it. What was I looking for this whole time? A Daytona with a steel bezel. Boom. Oh, see.
Boom.
Here it is. On a proprietary pin buckle rubber strap.
I haven't seen the
and it's in titanium.
The pin bezel.
Even better. What?
I haven't seen the pictures of the actual pin buckle. If it's on a pin buckle,
it looks like it's a pin buckle because look, there is a picture. Okay, see here, like how did they take this picture? It's not possible. If it look at the strap, and then there's also this angle. Boom, right there. You see it?
The keepers.
Yeah, you can see the keepers. So it's clearly.
I want to see what the actual buckle looks like.
Yeah, I would love to see as well. It's probably got a little star for Zenith. Oh my god. Wow, look at this. It's so nice. Who's going to be the lucky first person to get this one in the watch community? To you goes the prize. I want to see this unboxed.
You mean the prize?
Prize. A prize. I'll give you a prize. A medal. I want to get one of these. Hey, you know what? Look, Hublot, pink. Zenith, this one. We're developing some highlight pieces here. Okay, I can see
what we're developing is an overly monstrous collection.
But it's key stuff, keystone, unique stuff that nobody else is doing. Okay, we're experimenting with new stuff. And this is cool shit. Yeah. Okay. I think that's it. Oh, let's see. Anything else? Anything else?
That's it. That's it.
That's it. That's
Unless anybody wants to jump on and run the show after we leave, if they want to run Tim right after dark, yeah, they can jump on the show. We'll leave, and then they can run the show.
Oh
and
no! It's no good.
Control freak. You're control freak.
No, I don't want that.
I don't want to dilute my brand by having someone else come on the panel. I'm working to build an image for 2024. OC.
I'm just saying. It's just.
What are you showing? Childhood. What are you showing?
Really necessary. Huh?
We can see the screen. What are you showing?
This is some collector. Oh, I mean, do you want to?
Oh, this is that Hodinkee article.
Yeah.
Some
what
dentist.
do you think? What do you think? This is dude's collection. What do you think? What do you think of a collection of this? That's a look. He's got a Zenith in it. You see that? Bam! Right there. Fucking Zenith. And he got Humble Pine.
He's the Humble Pine, white gold, sky blue. He's got the,
with the
black ceramic perpetual.
That's a fucking killer piece. And perpetual code 1159 white gold with aventurine. And the Paddock, the Aquanaut. I don't know the reference for that one. But sorry, Nautilus.
Is that the Singapore edition?
No. It's orange. Singapore is red. And this is the chronograph. It's just the regular one. But it's the one that the roommate called Kenny because it looks like the character Kenny from South Park.
Yeah. He also has some really, really ugly Zeniths too. Like he has
two Zeniths. Yeah.
No, there's three. I think there's three, Tim.
Oh no.
That black
you think
big
that's
giant
also a Zenith?
That big black thing's a Zenith too. Yeah.
Oh, it is. Damn. He's a Zenith enthusiast. Okay. All right.
The one thing you don't see here.
They're not that bad. Okay. No, hold on a second. The one in the middle. Okay, the really open heart.
Ugh, it's ugly.
No, it's not that ugly. It's pretty nice. Look at it. Yeah, it's got power reserve. And I like how, you know what it feels like? It vibes like 5070 Paddock. It's got that chunky bezel, and the dial is a little bit smaller. It's a really cool look. It's honestly, and on the leather strap, I think they even have a picture. Hold on. Here we go. Hold on. Look at that. Wow. It's really nice. Look at the lugs, how they got this one step down. And look how the bezel is a bit of a pancake stack. It's got like two pancakes. Yeah.
Making me hungry.
Yep. It's Paddock. It's got these Paddock feels, but it's for 3,500. But the case is kind of rivals Paddocks. It's crazy.
Tim's talking crazy. You're talking crazy talk.
Okay. I'm just saying, but it's on the budget. It's that on the budget. I know it's crazy, but I'm just saying budget. Oh my God. Look, this is just fuck. AP. Oh my, this is why it will always be number one because of this fucking watch. It's the greatest watch that ever. Congratulations, OC. You have a kind of a close one to this. Adjacent.
I sent my AP guy a note the other day, 2 days ago. I said, "Yeah, I'm not interested in any chronograph."
Whoa.
Yeah.
Why not the ceramic chronograph? The big black ceramic.
No. I mean, no steel. No steel 40.
No steel. Yeah. Whoa. Look at this.
This they always have in the safe. They always bring this out to show you what you could get one day.
Yeah.
It's like 111,000 or
it's
whatever.
It's insane amount of money. but it's beautiful.
If you say like, hey, I want to see like a precious metal code 1159, they'll bring this out. Say, this feels it's a little bit thicker than the normal one, but this is basically it.
Yeah. It's really nice. It's really nice. Let's see. It's expensive. Oh, on the wrist. Yeah.
It's good.
It's good stuff. The basic Zenith. Who's this guy? Is like a doctor? Is he a Russian doctor? Mikhail. That's a Russian name. Varshavsky.
Yeah.
Doctor. Family medicine. Huh. It's a doctor. Hey,
Mikhail Gorbachev.
Mikhail Gorbachev. Varshavsky. The Zenith looks like a Russian star, you know? I thought it was a Russian brand.
You like they have those like the collars, and they have the stars on like Russian generals. Like U.S. generals have them too, like stars, 5-star general on the lapels or whatever.
It's a dentist. Okay. I hope he's not a dentist. Yeah. Oh my God. Woo! This watch is just OC.
What? Because it has orange on it?
Yeah, the orange, the shape, the classiness, the feel, you know. Don't you know? You put this on, you feel like a rock star, man. This watch just kicks so much.
This is white
ass.
gold? White gold?
Yeah. No, wait. Is it white gold? Yeah, it is white gold. It is. It is. Orange band. Man, I gotta explore it too. I'm happy. All right, cool. That's the show. That's the
Good show.
Cool show.
Yeah.
Wrap it up, Timmy. If you stuck around with us, hit the upvote button. I would really appreciate it. Upvote the stream. And yeah, if you want to come on the after show, say hello. Link is in the comment section. All right, upvote, and see you guys tomorrow.